Okie dokie, we appear to be up. Receiving content. Audience will see it in a moment. Get ready, and we're live! Hello everybody! Nobody's watching right now, but I'm sure some people will be watching this on YouTube, so full disclaimer, this is a building stream, and no more. Oh, hello! People are arriving! Hello everybody. Let's actually get KSP up, get the chat open. Hello everybody, that was quick. So we've got Flying Scotsman, Morgan Bellingham, Kyle Quinn, Stephen Ponnet, Franco from Space 2017. Boy, Franco, I don't approve of that name one bit. Yeah, quite a few people are joining already. Yikes. Hello everybody. How are we all? Got 13 people watching already. That's pretty fast. I haven't done a live stream for quite some time, so yeah, but hello everybody, how are we all? So we are going to be building some heavy tanks because it has come to my attention that our boas are not really up to scratch when they go up against centaurs. Well, I mean, they are just about holding the line against centaurs, but they shouldn't be just about holding the line against medium tanks. So no, we're not going to be remaking a Tiger, Moist Loaf. We are going to be building a Panther, entirely new tank with far more efficient armor design. Because our boa, very much like the actual Tiger itself, doesn't have a very efficient armor design. It just has a lot of it. It's very expensive and it's kind of pointless. So hello. Yes, that was when I was testing the carrier parts mod. We are going to get Tape on a little later. He is available, but I don't want him. Well, I don't want him on now. He's not on now. Just going to have a little time with you guys, answer some questions, chat to the chat, and then we will. Yeah, we'll get Tape on a little later. I'm looking at the chat window. The chat font size is a bit large, isn't it? I might change that. Where's font size? Font size. I'm just looking for the font size. Where is it? Font size! Here we go. We'll drop it to... There we go. Oh, that just broke the chat. Oh no, it's back. There we go. Yeah, I think that shrank it a bit. Yeah, there we go. I think that's alright. Okay, right. Let's actually start talking to the chat a little bit. Hello everybody. Gregor Senior, Wolf in the Wild, Franco from Space, use mainsail engines, build a mouse. No, I'm not building a mouse. Make it have tracks. That is an excellent suggestion. If only we had a mod that did that. And no, we're in 1.1.2, not 1.2.2, so Kerbal Foundries does not work. Right, let's build a tank entirely from scratch. We're going to use this command pod because it's the smallest command pod. Even though this one's more tank looking, we want to make this quite compact. So we want the smallest command pod available to us. And... Okay, sorry, no, I had to go there for a second. Sorry, I'm not entirely committed to this stream. I haven't streamed for quite some time. Right, let us get what we're aiming for. Derp gun. I would have used that, but Tape kind of called dibs on it before I could. Even though I'm the Russian analog, Tape called dibs on it. So, you know, you can't fight against the rules of dibs. And here we go. That is the turret that we are aiming to have. Let me bring up some pictures of a Panther tank because we want to make this as beautiful as possible. Tape's tanks are very functional, but they look ugly as sin. I kind of put form over function with my tanks, and I kind of paid the price in the war, but at least my tanks look pretty while they're getting destroyed. Right, Panther tank. There we go. Let's get up some images of that bad boy. Get up some blueprints. I always prefer to use blueprints, like all my designs, I tend to base off of the blueprints of them instead of actual images. Alright, so it's not really much wider than the turret itself. We need to attach the turret to the command pod. That's actually the first stage. In past, I've attached it to the armor, so once the armor gets blown off, the turret gets blown off, and that is not good. You want it so that the turret basically never comes off, unless the command module itself gets destroyed. So there we go. Attach it straight to the command module, put it as high up as we can, and that is the basis for our Panther. Where's Hearts of Iron? I actually had a lot more Hearts of Iron. Well, I played a lot more Hearts of Iron. I conquered the British Raj, but unfortunately I didn't notice that the hard drive I was recording to actually ran out of space. So the last episode there is the last piece of footage I have. So I lost maybe about 20 minutes. So it's not too bad. Panther is a medium. Well, the Panther was a medium to the Germans, but to everyone else, it was a heavy tank, let's be honest. The Germans are like, yeah, it's slightly cheaper than the Tiger. No, actually, it was quite a bit cheaper than the Tiger, but it's slightly lighter than the Tiger. Yeah, it's a medium tank. No, it was a heavy tank to everyone else, just because the Germans over-engineered everything. Trust me, it is a heavy tank. Right, we haven't even started this yet. So this time we're going for a modular armor design similar to Tape's Centaurs. So we don't want to attach armor to armor. Everything is going to be attached to central beams, which are going to come off of the main command pod. So if one piece of armor gets blown off, the rest of the tank doesn't come off with it, which is a remarkable problem with the PT6 Boa. I'm just looking at designs of the Panther. I'm trying to get a top-down view of the bugger, but maybe if I Google blueprints, I might have a bit more luck. I know, very professional. Googling my blueprints in the middle of a stream. Hello, that is helpful. Gorgeous. Okay, right. We've got some pretty helpful blueprints now. Okay, so I believe we should start by just layering on the armor panels. So where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Here they are. So we're going to use 1x1 structural panels. We're not going to be using the big 2x2s. Again, that's a lesson I learned the hard way. Don't use the big panels. Use as many tiny panels of armor as you possibly can. And that will lead you to success and happiness. Is that large enough? No. We want it to just be a little wider. So we're just going to tweak scale these up a bit. There's no need to have more armor panels than is absolutely necessary to make the tank powerful. Maybe just a little wider. Just a little bit. Maybe 126, that should be good. And now let's just tweak that out. I think that's perfect. Awesome. Make sure it's actually covering the command module there. Okay, cool. And then we're going to Alt and just copy that. And make sure we put the next layer on the command module, not onto the armor, because that, as I said, problem with the previous one, you blow off one armor panel and the rest of the tank explodes. That is not really advisable, is it? We don't want to have Italian tanks, no. We want to have proper, strong Russian tanks based off of Nazi designs, because I don't know. I don't know why. Tape didn't want to build Nazi tanks for obvious reasons, so I guess it just falls to me to build them. We want a little space between the armor, I think. If you have them too close together, you blow one and it immediately takes out the next one. Is that wide enough still? I think it might need to be actually a little wider. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, we want it going like right up to here, so no, you need it to be even wider than that. We'll take it up to 134. That's good. And stretch that out. There we go, that's perfect. So 134 it is! That is going to be the scale of this tank. Playing KSP with tweak scale. That's the sort of terms you come to use. Right, I should probably talk to the chat a little bit. Call it the Jaguar. Now, I name my tanks after snakes. But I guess we could. But yeah, I tend to call my tanks after snakes. I've still got loads of Easter chocolate lying around, so I'm just gonna eat lots of chocolate. That's a 75mm. Yeah, I called this a 76mm during the video, and I obviously had a million people go, "Well, actually, Beardy, it's a 75mm gun," because people have nothing better to do than be ridiculously pedantic. Using spaced armor under a turret. Man, this has to be indestructible. This tank. Okay, I'm putting a lot of effort into this. I want it to be absolutely impenetrable to Tape's weapons, because he's been showing up the Corellan army in the field, and I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. The one place where Tape just undisputed superiority is in his tank design. As I said, his tanks are ugly as sin, but man, do they work. And we can't be having that. So yeah, I don't really know about his fighter design. His World War II fight. Well, we haven't really had much chance to use our World War II fighter design because mouse aim fight glitching out. I think we've decided now we're just gonna literally just engage AI pilot and let them do the dogfights because we can't do them ourselves with mouse aim flight behaving how it is. It's just not possible. There we are. Next panel. This is going to take quite some time. It's going to take a lot longer having to attach everything to the command module, but, you know, sacrifice you got to make to have good tanks, clearly. I was just going off the basis that Tape wouldn't just put billions of hours into making his tanks indestructible. Clearly that was not the correct assumption to make, because that's exactly what he did, and he made his tanks very, very scary. This turret is a little too far to the left. Much like my political party. Banter. That wasn't funny. That was not funny. Make a super heavy tank. No, massive waste of resources. Heavy tanks are the maximum that I will stretch you. Why am I saving it as Untitled Spacecraft? We need to think of a name. PT5. Wait, how did I save these before? I saved them as PT. Yeah, PT-5. PT5. We need a snake. We need a snake. Let's have a look. I'm going to look for a snake and give it a name. Googling snake names again. I'm super prepared for this. Snake species. There we go. So we had the Mamba for our fast tank. We had the Boa because it was massive. This one's going to be a little less than a Boa, but obviously more than a Mamba. List of snakes by common name. Hello. Adder. We haven't done adder yet, have we? No, we've done pythons. Cobras. Yeah, we haven't done adders. I think we'll do. Let me go. How big are adders? I don't know. An adder is. Okay, no, they're. Okay, cool. It's an adder. There we go. Boom, we have a name, everybody. Now, Viper is the name of our self-propelled gun. We've done Viper. Blackadder, Blackadder, da 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 da. Okay. So we could have done this with 2 armor panels, but if they shot one, then, you know, you'd lose all of this armor. But now we've done it with 8. So you can see why this is a much better armor design. Okay. This could take 8 hits instead of 2. Yeah, significantly improved, and this is why Tape's tanks can take so many hits, because you just keep blowing off chunks of armor and it just does nothing, whereas mine, you hit this and then half the tank goes up. It's remarkable that our tanks have been holding the line as well as they have been. It's mainly just because our ground attack aircraft are so exceptional that we've been able to hold the line just through the power of our air force, really, and nothing more. Right, we're going to need some beams heading through the tank to attach the armor plating to. Now this is a little risky, but well, it's the only way to attach it straight to the tank, and these things are quite tough, so I think we should be alright. There we go, get that in the middle. Actually, we're going to have one for each. Yeah, I think we'll have one each. We'll have one each side because, again, just, you know, I kind of want to keep the part. Don't want to have the part count be too crazy, but once again, we want to have quite a few parts to make sure that we are being lovely and careful with this armor. And there we go. So we'll attach our armor plating keep it spaced from that. But yeah, we'll attach it onto these things. Does that mean we can't use symmetry? Oh no, we should still be able to use symmetry. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Cool! Let's keep adding armor panels, shall we? So yeah, we're going to have sort of a spine sort of thing going on here. But once again, this spine itself is protected by all the armor. So it's not like the armor where you can hit one piece of the armor and the rest of the armor flies off. They have to get through all of the armor to take out these. And by the time you've got to these, well, the only benefit to taking these out is to take out the armor, but you have to take out the armor to get to them. So it's quite a good way of attaching armor. I believe this is the way Tape attaches things to his centaurs. Of course, I don't have the craft file for the centaur. All I can do is look at destroyed remains of centaurs that I have destroyed, and the problem with destroyed remains is they're, destroyed. So you can't really glean much information from them most of the time, but I'm fairly sure this is what he does. So that's what, well, we're going to do. Copying tank design. That's essentially what the Panther was. It was a reaction to the T-34, because of course when the Germans invaded the Soviet Union, they believed that their tank design was superior to everyone. They thought, the Ruskies, they won't have tanks. Oh, how wrong they were. Very, very wrong. And Russian tank design was actually superior to German tank design at the outbreak of the war. Thankfully, they didn't, well, not thankfully, no I'm saying thankfully, they were thankful that they didn't have many T-34s and KV-1s at that point. So they were alright. And also, the German tactics were vastly superior to the Soviets at that time. But when they did encounter the T-34, the only thing that could get through its frontal armor was the Flak 88, which was then incorporated into the Tiger tank. They were like, hey, let's just get a Flak 88, put it in the turret, surround it with armor, put it on tracks. Tiger tank. There you go. But yeah, but they encountered the T-34 and they were like, oh, sloped armor, that's a thing. And then the Panther was the reaction to that. So there you go. Much more efficient armor design than the Tiger, but not as feared as the Tiger. Didn't have the reputation of the Tiger, but again, still a very, very scary tank. How much further did this go back? I think another set of panels. I don't want to make this. I want to make it still look like a Panther. I know my PT6 boa looked a little. It was a little squat. It was a little too compact to be a Tiger. It wasn't quite monstrous enough. But still, on the whole, I think it looked pretty good considering it was Kerbal Space Program and I built it out of structural panels. But yeah, I think it wasn't perfect. So this isn't going to be perfect, but still, I hope it looks pretty good. And there we go. So yeah, the whole point of this is just to be completely indestructible. I could redesign my medium tank, my T-34, to be on par with Tape's medium tanks, but honestly, I don't want to do that because they still have a lackluster 76mm gun. Yeah, and that'll still, they'll just be on par. There'll just be slugging matches between them. It'll just be decided by numbers. I want to have a tank that is completely surpasses the Centaur. I want Tape to shake in his boots when he sees this tank, so that's kind of the thing we're going for here. We'll move the turret back a little bit in a minute, and then that should be about the right size for the tank, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. Oh, we need to move this up a little. That's annoying. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the thing about designing vehicles and stuff is that you do need to sort of pay attention to what you're doing, so it's not quite as easy to read the chat, and I apologise for that. But that's just the part of building streams. Let's have a look. T-34 was put into service in 1939. Okay. The Germans still had it in 1941. They still didn't have many of them in 1941. Of course, the great thing about T-34 is with its sloped armor design, very efficient armor design, it can be produced pretty cheaply. So, as Stalin said, quantity has a quality all of its own. It was a great tank, and they could build billions of them. So, woo, off you go. Exactly what they did. The rear looks a bit long for a Panther. Yeah, the turret is being moved back. Like that. Which does put this a little too far forward. I don't like that. I want the module, that module to be quite far back actually, which means we have to move all this stuff forward. I don't know if we can move that stuff forward actually. Already running into design problems. Oh no, we can move this stuff forward, quite a bit forward. Oh, don't want to do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're all right. Move that forward. Move that forward. And then move the turret forward as well. Oh, hello. What happened here? What has occurred? Don't know why these have been moved in. What are these colliding? Oh, we moved... Ah, bugger. We moved the wrong thing. We moved the wrong panels forward. These are the panels that attach to that. We want these ones that are now overlapping. There we go. We want those ones. There we go. We want those to be moved all the way to there. Can't move them all the way to there. I'll move them to there. There we go. And where's the other overlapping one? We want that armor panel there. This is going to get confusing very quickly. But yeah, as this is a heavy tank, we can have we have the luxury of 2 layers of armor all around and 3 layers on the front, which means this is going to be a beast to take down. Okay, well, that's a bit better. That's not quite as close to the front as it was. Right. That, I think, is alright. Let me have a look at the blueprints and check that, but I think it's okay. Yeah, so the armor starts tilting down. Yeah, actually, it's a little way back, actually. You've got about that much, and then, yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Perfect. Okay, we've got the top. Yay, we've made a good start, haven't we? Right. Some people are talking about the next turn of Fall of Kerbin, and well, I've actually done the turn already. I don't want to give spoilers. The turn will be up tomorrow. All things going well. I have got a revision to do because I have exams. I won't really be doing many regular uploading. Many regular uploading? I can English. Many regular uploads over the next couple of weeks. I'm eating my chocolate. Yeah, the video will be up. And it's a good turn for Corolla. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is a good turn for Corolla. Trust me, it's a good time to defect to the motherland. Right, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so what we want to do next is do the frontal armor, I believe. Yeah, the frontal armor is at 45 degrees. It's not quite as sloped as T-34, but it is still obviously rather sloped. So we're going to have another set of these attached to the command module. There we go. Those are not straight. There we go. Now they are. Okay. So yeah, it's not quite as sloped as T-34s, but it's still obviously rather sloped. And sloping does make a difference in KSP because ballistic weapons, armor-piercing weapons, which is what these tank turrets used, they can ricochet, they can bounce. Obviously, they don't do any damage when they bounce, which is great. The effective thickness of the armor doesn't actually make any difference. It just damages the part that it hits. With guns this big, it just pretty much guarantees to just blow them up. But no, armor angling does play a difference because it can cause things to bounce. Rather consistently, my shots bounce against Tape's tanks, unless I'm using the 88, which doesn't bounce very often. If at all, it usually does explode. But the weaker guns, like the 76 mils and stuff, you can see that even against my Tiger, things were bouncing. Shots were bouncing against it. What size are these again? I'll just copy one of these. There we go. Okay. So we want to have this at... I tabbed out accidentally. Let's not tab out. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay. People having World War II tank discussions in the chat. I like it. I like it, guys. It's good. Is that about the right angle? That looks about 45 degrees to me. Let's have a look at the blueprints. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah. I think. You guys tell me if you think that sloping is wrong. Look, the mouse up. I know what the mouse is. I'm not building a mouse. I'm not building a mouse, guys. No matter how much you ask me, I'm not building it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Next. Panel. Again, attach it onto the girder itself, not onto the armor panel behind it. That's a bad idea. Actually, I want this girder to be a little further back. How far forward can we make this armor? Oh, about that far forward. Okay. That's fine. Oh, we're editing the wrong one. We want to be editing that one. There we are. Okay, this armor can be down here. And this armor panel can go like this. Okay, no, that isn't going to work. Need the girder to be near the front. That's fine. It's protected by all this armor, so it's fine. It should be alright. We don't want these armor panels too close together, or a shot can take out two at once. So you don't want them like clipping into each other. We just want a tiny gap between them, I think. Something like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Tape sucks. Indeed he does. Indeed he does. Well, he's actually a lovely guy, but his country sucks. Don't tell him I said that. He's probably watching the stream though. As I said, I've invited him on stream. He'll be on stream later. We'll have a chat. We can slag off the Cathenian scum in person. But for now, he is obviously absent. That is looking good. And then we just clip that like that. And there we go. We have a front of a tank. That is looking rather nice, if I do say so myself. Right, you can see the method to my madness. I do actually somewhat know how to design. Clearly not as well as Tape did, but now I've taken lessons from that. I'm not attaching armor onto armor. Everything's modular. Your Panther was 35 degrees, not 45 degrees. Ah. So is that not slope enough? That is the question. People are saying it's not sloped enough. No, it's not sloped enough. It is not. I agree. It is not sloped enough. But it's not sloped that much. So we need to do this manually, which is awkward. Something like that. Wish there were a way of snapping to strange angles in KSP, but unfortunately there is not. The bottom one isn't quite right. Is that alright? Yeah, that looks about right. There we go. That looks right. That looks correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's 35 degrees to me. Cool. Beans. I like that. Right, now, on to the next bit. Is that actually enough frontal armor? I don't think that's anywhere near enough. Oh no, I think, no, that is actually fine. It needs to come down now. Yeah. No, that's actually enough frontal armor as it is. Someone's spamming. If people, I need to make moderators. Avino, you're now a moderator. I like you, Avino. You can be a moderator. You had a battleship named after you, so I'm probably stroking your ego far too much, but you seem like a very nice person, so there you go. Be a moderator. Don't abuse that power, otherwise I will remove it. But if anyone does actually properly spam, then you know what to do. Silence them for a short time. Will there be a Yamato, Iowa, Bismarck, HMS Hood? I'm going to build a Yamato after turn 20. Yep. I'm not going to build a Bismarck. Not just for the obvious Nazi connotations, but also simply because the Yamato is a superior ship to the Bismarck. Most people think about the Bismarck. It was a convoy raider. You know, at heart, the Yamato was a massive. It was a super battleship. You know, the Bismarck was big, but it was not as big as the Yamato. It wasn't as powerful as the Yamato. The Yamato was designed to, you know, operate in the Pacific, rule the Pacific, destroy everything that opposed it. The Bismarck was fast, it was elegant, it was accurate, it was awesome, but it could not. In a one-to-one fight, Yamato would have won quite easily. Now the problem about these blueprints is they don't show the angle that the armor is angled at the bottom. Oh no, yes they do. Hello. Okay, so it's not quite 90 degrees between them. It's more like, yeah, it's like 75 degrees between the lower glacis and the upper glacis. So let's make sure we do that properly. You can see this is why Tape's tank design is superior to mine. You can see it now. He did all this finicky stuff, which I didn't think to do. I was like, oh yeah, if it looks good, it'll probably do fine, and that was not the right approach at all. I don't want it to be this long, the lower glacis. It needs to be about half the length actually. So I guess we could halve the size and have multiple of these. Maybe we take it to like a third the size, something like that. Does that look right? Is that still a bit long? That is still a bit long. Let's bring it to 90%. See how that looks. That's not even, I think it's a sharp enough angle either. That looks right. Yeah, and then we have the bottom of the tank down there. Awesome. Okay, so the lower glacis is going to be a little thinner, but that's fine. I doubt it's going to take as many hits anyway. So and that looks pretty good, I think. Okay, we'll get a couple more of them in there, and then we'll layer that up. So we want to have 3 layers. Tanks are like onions. What, they make people cry? No, donkey. They have layers. I'm so sorry. I could not resist making that reference. I'm genuinely ashamed of myself for doing that. But what can I say? Shrek is love, Shrek is life. What am I doing with my life? All right. Let's make a few more, a few more layers. Of course, yeah, the lower glacis is overlapping quite a bit, but that is fine. I want the middle ones to overlap as well, actually, just so we get a nice symmetrical pattern. How's that? Yeah, that looks cool. I'll go with that. Yeah, and then he's also got double protection there for like the very center of it. So that's cool. And there we go. Second layer of armor is going in. Okay. That looks good. I like that. Then we need to get... this is going to take some time, even just to get the frontal armor onto this thing. But, you know, tank building takes time, guys. It takes time. What can I say? You gotta put the hours in if you want to have a successful tank. This is almost certainly going to take the entire live stream just building this tank. We probably won't even get around to testing it. That's how long this is almost certainly going to take. But, oh well, it's fine. We don't mind spending a while on a tank if the tank is going to serve us well. I don't mind if it's a live stream. Like if it's just me listening to music, it can get quite tedious. Very tedious. In fact, designing all the craft and stuff for Fall of Kerbin, yeah, it is quite boring. Which is why often there's quite a long break between eras, because you've got to design so much new stuff. We've got like for the World War II era, I had to design entirely new Air Force and stuff from scratch, and just I had to make videos to, obviously intermittent videos to keep you guys satisfied and tell you, yeah, I am actually designing stuff. Don't worry. But those videos tend to get a lot of views. Like the World War II aircraft video got a lot more views than even like an episode of Fall of Kerbin. I should just make building. Just craft showcases more often, perhaps, because yeah, those like naval war preparation stuff, they get a lot of views, which is interesting. I'm not entirely sure why. Not that I'm complaining, but they're some of my most viewed videos. Just preparing for a series, and not the actual series itself, which is just find it interesting. And there we go. Probably don't even need 3 layers of armor in the lower glacis, but we're having 3 layers anyway because that's just what we do here in the Crolan Union. There we are. Cool. And there we go. Yeah, don't let it go to your head, Avino, that you're now a moderator. I don't know whether to make Omega Goldfish a moderator. I do love you, Omega Goldfish, but well, how can I tell you to shut up if you're a moderator? You know, you can't exactly mute yourself. Hashtag shut up, Omega Goldfish. Who remembers that? This strange in-jokes that I have with my my community. Very interesting. Well, not interesting. They're quite strange, but yeah. I even got like someone on Twitter sent me a beardy give it trade. So they actually made a proper meme. I was like, oh no, it's spread to Twitter. Oh dear, the cancer that is like the strange memes that my channel creates. Can I join collaborative warfare? So I've actually made a YouTube channel called Can I Join Collaborative Warfare? I mean, that's like a level of commitment that just astounds me. There we go, there's the lower glacis done. Looks pretty cool, I think. And that is the correct angle too. Save it, because KSP crashes rather a lot, so... You need a submarine battleship. No. But I did launch a lot of submarines this turn. Trust me, it's going to be awesome. I use the NAS rangefinder and everything. They did a proper submarine attack at night. I might use the Das Boot music. Das Boot, let's say it properly. Music when in the actual attack. It was really cool. I use submarines a lot in the turn to rather great effect. They're very powerful, very vulnerable if you have frigates or destroyers defending a fleet. But if you don't, which Tape left his fleet undefended, they could do a lot of damage to big ships. It's pretty awesome. Hello! Oh, it's Logan. It's Loganators. Hey man, I watched your YouTube channel earlier. Just left. Yeah, so for people who don't, obviously wouldn't know, I watched his channel and it was good. It's a good little channel. A lot of promise. So I just left him a comment and there you go. I like to do that. I watched quite a few. You know, I see smaller KSP YouTubers, and I think it's important to let people know that, you know, if their content is good, to keep going at it, because that's. I don't want to say like, oh, look at me, I had such a tough life, but that's something I didn't have. You know, like I put a lot of effort into things, and I wouldn't really. Comments really make or break a YouTube channel, and now I'm lucky enough to have a lovely community of people who are really supportive and really make it worth the while making videos, and really make it fun. So I think it's important, if people have a good channel, it's important to tell them that they have a good channel. You know, tell them to keep going, keep up the good work, and yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot to you when someone tells you that that your channel's good. Right, what are we doing next? We're doing the bottom of this. I guess we're doing the bottom. I think we'll have a separate set of girders for this. Yeah, we will. I mean, a lot of girders in here, but I think it's not to have all the armor interconnected. The problem with the boa is it basically splits in half all the time. Like, you shoot the lower glacis and the entire bottom of the tank gets ripped away, and that is less than ideal. You do not want the entire bottom half of your tank just disappearing. It is not advisable. Not advisable, Captain. Not advisable. Look at how many girders and stuff we got in here. At least they'll protect the command module quite a bit as well. That'd be pretty nifty. Alright, let's we don't need to have a huge amount of armor on the underside of the tank. We'll just use these panels to keep the part count somewhat down. Actually, we only need one, don't we? So we only need a central spine for the tank. We don't need two of these things. Just need the one. There we go. Let's have a spine for the tank. Something that Cathenians lack. Ha ha ha. Crawl and banter. Truly unsurpassed. There we go, and the size is 134. Cool. We can only have 2 layers of armor, but obviously you don't need 2 layers of armor on the underside. It's the underside of the tank, it doesn't actually matter. Nothing's going to shoot at it. Well, unless you tape and your tanks flip over all the time and you actually finish off a bow while upside down. That was actually somewhat impressive. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this girder is too high up. Too low down. Sorry, not too high up. There we go. There's still 2. There we go. That's as low as that can go. How low can you go? Can you go down low? How low can you go? Cool. We'll put another layer of armor here. Just it helps to make them more bomb-proof if they get flipped or whatever. So, it can never hurt to have another layer of armor. Well, it can hurt your frames per second when it comes to the part count, but other than that, it's usually a good idea to just have another layer. Have another layer in your onion. The onion that is our adder tank. Saving all the time because KSP is very crashy in the editors. The Fall of Kerbin install is remarkably stable in the actual game itself, but when it comes to the editors, they crash a lot. But that's usually only when you're using NAS parts, because those are beautiful parts, but that means they use a lot of polygons. And there are a lot of them. NAS is a big mod, so that causes it to crash in the edit. I probably could have just uninstalled NAS just for this live stream. That probably would have been a good idea. Just temporarily uninstall it, because it does make things crash in the editor. Tape uninstalls it for his tank designing stuff. The back of the Panther, is it a straight back? Oh, no, it is not. It's not a straight back. What kind of angle is the back of it at? Oh, the back of it's kind of quite a steep angle, actually. That look about right? That looks about right to me. Yeah, there we go. How like that. Shadow T34. I've got a T34. I built a T34. It looks good. It just doesn't perform particularly well. Because, as I said, I connected all the armor together. This, as you see, each individual armor panel is not attached to another one. They're all individually attached to the internals, which means if like this one gets blown off, you've still got the rest of them. With my T34, you get a shot in here, and you blow off this armor panel, half the tank comes away. And that is the problem with it. It looks good, but it does not perform. And I'm making this tank to sort of show tape as well. Show you can make a strong tank like the Centaur, but not have it look absolutely hideous like his Centaur does. It does look horrible. Like you've all seen it, haven't you? The Centaur. It is an amazing tank, but it is just not pretty. There we go. Grand Slam was a £22,000 bomb. I believe we have that. Let me have a look. Ah, we got the Tall Boy £12,000 earthquake bomb. Check out that! It's almost as big as the Panther. I love some of the parts we have in this. We also got a Fritz X guided anti-ship bomb, which we'll certainly be using past turn 20th. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is the bomb I use, Japanese armor-piercing bomb. This is the bomb Tape uses. We did edit them to make sure they're perfectly the same, just to have a bit of variety though, just in the way things look. And we've got our rockets and stuff. We've got a bunch of cool stuff, like the ball turret and everything. Just the amount of amazing mods we have, it really does. It really is awesome. You build a Schwer Gustav for the season finale. You know, we do actually have Gustav guns. They're not installed right now. They come from Never Enough Daco, which I uninstalled everything apart from the derp gun, because we're trying to keep the amount of mods we have down. But yeah, we do actually have the Gustav gun. It's pretty cool. I'm eating more chocolate. Yum. I think that's the right angle. Yeah. Okay. Do we need another? I guess we need another. Yeah, we need another another girder. Another set of girders, actually. Is that attached to the? Yeah, it's attached to the command module. There we go. Then we just edit these. Like so. Sehr gut. Yeah. Some people are saying, why are you building German tanks if you are a Rusky in this? Well, simple answer is, like, I wanted to go like as a Russian analog just so we could have some political banter. If I'm permitted to put it like that. But I didn't want that to limit what I could build. I want to just build what whatever I want to build, really. And I made that clear at the beginning. I said I'm not going to limit what I build simply because of my choice of ideology, and that's exactly what I've done. I haven't limited myself. I want to build a German tank. I'll build a German tank. Simple as. That's a bit too steep an angle. See if we can cover this in just a single panel. We should be able to because the front's covered in a single panel. Yeah, check that. Check that out. Awesome. Oh, let's move this back a little. There we are. Have that as far out as possible. And cool. That is the back of the tank. Doesn't look too shabby, I think. We can put another armor panel on there, and we will, because I know Tape. He likes to flank my tanks. Flatank. He likes to flatank, and I don't like it when he does that. But he does it rather a lot because he loves the movie Fury way too much. That is a fun film. It's not a film, but it is a fun film. I do like it. But like, if you take it from a historical accuracy perspective, it is not good. Entertainment value is great, but like the Tiger attack, like the Tiger Commander. Yeah, here's a great idea. I've got the advantage at long range, where my tank is completely impenetrable to the enemy's guns. So let's close the point blank range where they can outflank me, and then like no, no, it doesn't happen. No. What are people saying? Build a KV6? No. Reduce the frontal lower slope by 1 layer because the way they overlap, some places have 6 layers right now. Nah. It's fine. You never have too many layers of armor. It's good. I think that's looking half decent. Look at that! It's a pretty cute little tank. Well, little tank. It's quite a big tank, really. If you compare it to the size of a Kerbal, it's a bit monstrous. Right, now we need to focus on the rest of this tank. We do the sides. And yeah. So sides they continue the slope of the turret down to about here, and those cover, yeah, so it's quite a bog standard sort of design. Okay. I can do that. Right, next is the look how many girders we got in here. Crazy amount of girders. But we're going to add 2 more if we can actually attach them. There we go. Yeah, so the inside of this tank is a mess, but I think this is going to work very well. So I think it's fine. There we go, more girders. And at least these girders are going to make it pretty tough. They certainly protect the command module. It's like a cage, isn't it? Keep it very well protected. I think this is going to be a very, very tough tank to deal with. Right. Let's yeah, we can attach the entire side skirt, I think, to that. So now we need to gauge the side of, well, the size of the these panels. See how large we want these to be. Oh, this needs to go a little higher. There we go. Okay, so it's the same angle that the turret curves down at, so that means we can line that up quite nicely. Is that about right? Yeah, that's about right. Maybe we went a little too much. Yeah, that's about right. Cool, and that actually looks fine as it is. With the size of the, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with the current size of panel. Actually, it might even be a little large. It is a little large. We're going to have to shrink this down a little bit to maybe call it 86. How's that look? That looks better. Yeah, because the wheels come up to about here in the blueprints. Right, that's what we're going to go with. 2 layers of these little buggers. 2, 3, 4. And squeeze in another one. Right, there we go, and then we go along tweaking them. If we can get it to a snap, no, that's not going to work. I was going to say, if we can get to like a snapped location, it'd be much faster, but no, it was not to be. So we're having to do it manually, but that's alright, we don't mind. We don't mind at all. It's going to take a little longer, but this whole tank's going to take a little while to build, so, you know, we knew what we were in for. Well, you guys know what you're in for when you watch this live stream. Have you edited the cannons? Because my testing of the Panther... Okay. Did you test with the mod pack, or did you test with the old school turrets mod itself, Crawford? Because the mod pack, we have edited all of the guns extensively. The old school turrets mod, they're all more or less the same. With slight differences. We edited them quite a bit. Well, Tetrid's edited most of them for us, but then I had to go in and edit quite a bit. Like I did the derp gun, the 105. I did the Lux turret. Originally, the Lux turret fired high explosive, and also it could just fire forever. Didn't even need to reload. It was ridiculously overpowered. So I made it so it had fired bursts and then had to reload. Had about an 8-second reload. It fired a realistic salvo, the same salvo that it fired in real life, and then you have to load it up again with 20 mils, which means that it is not overpowered. I think it's quite well balanced actually with its range, and it's yeah, and anything past like half a kilometer, it'll bounce off of pretty much any armor, any angle. So I think it's quite a well balanced little gun. Gotta go. Bye. See you, Declan. Tirpitz is the best battleship, sister of the Bismarck. Wrong. The Yamato. Probably the best. Or the Iowa. Between those two. USS Iowa, IGNTO. Those were battleships. But if you're talking, that's just like ever built. But if you want to go from like for their era, saying that even for their era, you know, that's only for their era really, because the Iowa continued to serve what until like the 80s. Had refits and such. Kept her serving for quite some time. Was that the Iowa I'm thinking of, or am I thinking of a different battleship? You also got the HMS Vanguard. Did that ever get... I don't know. I don't know much about the HMS Vanguard. Did it get finished? I don't know. Oh, that's awkward. Okay, just so we don't have to increase the part count, I'm going to attach this to the armor panel here because it doesn't really matter all that much. I'm going to do something blasphemous and attach it to the under armor panel. I know, I said I wouldn't do that, but it's a tiny rear panel, and honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. Just so we don't have to put in another girder. There we go. Oh, no, we don't even want this panel here, do we? Want it like there? I need to look at the blueprints for a second, see how the back of this is done. Okay, yeah, so there's a triangular piece of armor that goes like that. We'll have to use procedural wings for that, so that's alright. There we go. We have ourselves the side of the Panther. Yeah. Sehr gut. I'll save that. Cool. When do you do the tracks? I don't do tracks. We don't have a mod for tracks because there is no tracks mod for 1.2.2. Fubar is timed out. What's Fubar being timed out for? Let me scroll through the chat. Is he putting in all caps how the Corons will never surrender? Wow, Avino's certainly doing his work. Timing people out. I hope he's doing it. He's doing the right thing. I hope he's not just timing out people randomly, but I hope he's taking his responsibilities seriously. It seems that he's doing his job, yeah. You're doing your job, Avino. I'm proud of you. I see I was not mistaken in making you a moderator. So you need someone to look after the chat while I'm building tanks. US torpedoes were crap. Indeed they were. Japanese torpedoes were far superior because US torpedoes use compressed air, whereas Japanese torpedoes used pure oxygen, which meant that they did not leave a trail of bubbles. They're far more efficient, they were faster, and they could go further. The fact they didn't leave a trail of bubbles meant you couldn't see them coming, which is why the Type 91 Long Lance torpedo was rightfully feared. It was absolutely deadly. I believe it was German torpedoes that used electric motors instead of compressed air or compressed oxygen, so they were similarly rather effective. Or is that Italian torpedoes I'm thinking of? I have no idea. There was someone who used electric motors near the end of the war, but by then, yeah. After 1943, it was over for the Axis. Arguably, by 1942, it was over for the Axis, but there were certain moments where they possibly could have turned it around in 1943, but if they like fought a perfect war, which of course they couldn't have, but yeah. Oh, this isn't lined up properly. I find it interesting that, you know, the war on the Eastern Front was basically lost the moment Germany declared war, and some people claim that, you know, they could have won if they attacked a few months earlier, and it's just wrong. People claim that they're stopped by the Russian winter. Wrong. They were stopped by the Russian army. Most people neglect the fact that the Germans suffered over 1 million casualties in the first year of Operation Barbarossa. I say the first year, Operation Barbarossa was just 1941. Is Kerbal Space Program free? No, it's not. It is not. No. You have to pay money for it, unfortunately, but that's the way these things go. But if you get it in a sale, you can usually get it for 10 quid or so. It's not a particularly pricey game. It's trust me, you get your money's worth. I certainly got my money's worth. The hundreds of hours I poured into it, and I got it on sale for about a fiver, I think. So yeah, money well spent, I can certainly say. I mean, obviously, it didn't help the Nazis that they invaded Russia without winter equipment. That certainly harmed them a lot, but it was a combination of the winter and the arrival of Russia's, the Soviet Union's, I should say, Siberian divisions, which were very well trained in winter combat. Obviously, Siberia is very cold. They were there to defend against a possible Japanese invasion, because Stalin thought he could trust Hitler. That was obviously wrong. So when the Siberian divisions arrived in this winter of 1941, they started performing counterattacks, which the Germans believed they didn't have the capability to perform. So they got surprised, and they didn't have winter equipment, and they were very well trained, very well equipped divisions. Obviously, the Germans suffered very badly, and they couldn't really use their advantages and their numbers of tanks and their tactics and blitzkrieg tactics, because of course the weather is terrible and all their fuel and people had frozen. Just don't invade Russia, really. Well, those people make out that it was a stupid idea and they should have known, but honestly, with the information they had at the time, to us there was not a better time for them to invade, apart from maybe very slightly earlier with a tiniest advantage, but wouldn't have won it as people claim. But yeah, they were still reeling from Stalin's purges. The Red Army was in a terrible state, and with the information they had, the performance of the Red Army in the Winter War and performance of the Russian Army in World War One, they beat the Russian Army in a two-fronted war, and it took them 4 years to not get anywhere against France. They beat France in 6 weeks in World War Two. You cannot blame them for thinking that they would have been able to take out Russia in even less time. Especially after the Winter War, where Finland managed to stop the Red Army, Can't really blame them for thinking that it would be an easy go. Yeah. Code Foundries has been updated for 1.2.2, Rick Smith. We're in 1.1.2. Doesn't work in this version. Trust me, I've tested it. Trust me. Right, we have the side skirts of our Panther tank. It's looking good. I like it. I think it really is looking quite a pretty tank. All its curves. Or Osiris with an invasion force to take it. I've already taken Osiris. Spoiler alert. Tate didn't leave anything defending it, so I've just marched in. Pretty good. It's the ammunition in a cage of girders. Yeah, that's a good idea. Certainly a good idea. What are we doing next? Guess we'll shore up the armor down here, and then we can get the wheels on. Yeah, we shall do that. We don't want to make sure we don't have any overlapping armor, because then that would be cheating somewhat. Yeah. So we want to get Mark 1 structural panels. Attach them to this girder here, I think. Can we stretch those out far enough? No, we cannot. Guess we're attaching them to this girder then. That's fine. Make sure you don't have any overlapping armor, because that, again, as I said, is cheating. We don't want to be cheating. Like Hazardish. Nah, I don't want to get into that. But I can understand why Hazardish did what he did. If you put hundreds of hours into a video, you don't want to, and you realise it won't work, you don't want to have to redo the whole thing. You can understand where he was coming from with that. I see why he did what he did. And I don't think anyone should witch hunt him for it. He apologised. It was obviously a very heartfelt apology. And I think everyone should just move on from it. I love how, like, drama in the KSP community gets solved within 24 hours of it being created. Like, that's how lovely this community is. Just, like, literally within 24 hours. Solved. Done. Just shows what a lovely community this is. It really is a lovely community. I'm very lucky to be part of it. Yeah, I mean, I knew about the Hazardish thing before the video went up, because Matt did say to me, he asked me, and I think he asked a couple of people, is it right to put the video up? Matt wasn't sure at all whether it was actually the right thing to put it up. But I think Hazdish knows as well. Yeah, it was the right thing to put it up, because it wasn't really fair on people. But still, those videos are still very, very good videos. I don't think it takes away from the fact that they are still great videos, and the rest of his channel is still great. And in those instances, yeah, it's fine, really. He won't do it again, and it'll be all right. So yeah, let's just not make more of it than it actually is all I'm saying. Right, let's just attach to the armor there. We're attaching it to armor in like a handful of places, but it will not make much of a difference, so it's all right. There we go, and that is all good. Okay, we just gotta cover all this up. What happened with Hazardish? Go look at Matt Land's channel. You'll find all the information you need. Right, and then we need to put armor panels across here, across the top of this skirt, where the wheels are. Cool. So then, yeah, we just put a couple of these across, and then we can put the wheels under it. We're not going to make it like a proper skirt and tuck the wheels underneath the tank, because the wheel colliders in 1.1.2, as I'm sure you all know, are very dodgy, and the wheel blocked, and it gets all horrible. So we're not going to do that. The wheels will be sticking out, but that's fine, because tape the wheels practically indestructible anyway. We were like tank combat with wheels that get punctured if someone, so much as looks at them funny. That's not fun. So we tweaked the wheels to make them basically indestructible, to stop them puncturing all the time, and we gave them much better torque, made them much better, so that our tanks could actually, move. Because when we first started using the wheels, the tanks literally could not move, because the armor and everything was too heavy for the wheels to move them. And when it touched the ground, the wheels would all break. Gotta love KSP wheel physics. And there we are. Okay, we have a side skirt of a Panther tank. Beardy, there's a hole in your tank. Really? Really? I hadn't noticed. It's almost like it's not finished yet, Nick. Come on. There's a hole in your left tank. We were doing World War III modern battles with jets and stuff. No, that was Clubs of Warfare. But we are going up to Cold War. Korean War, I believe, is as far as we're going. We might do Vietnam at a stretch. But yeah, we're not going much further than Korea. But yeah, we're doing late World War II after turn 20, which have early jets as experimental units, and V1s, V2s, that sort of thing. And then, and yeah, all the late World War II stuff. Not nukes, though. That's good chocolate. Yeah, and then turn 30, we go Korean War. Proper Korean War with like sabers, MiGs, all that sort of stuff. It's gonna be great. Right, let's have a look at this and have a look at my blueprint. Yeah, so there's actually nothing covering the front of the wheels. This just continues to there and then ends. So let's just do that now. And then, yeah, so this just literally just continues, and then we just have like an edge of a box. And I believe at the back it's the same. It is the same, yeah. So this just closes up here. There's no actual curve over the wheel. So that's fine. Oh, hello. Let's just grab an armor panel that has nothing attached to it, like this one. And let's start trying to fill in the gaps in this tank, of which there are many. Tends to just move all these along a bit, like that. Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. There you go. That'll save us some time. We just move all these along. That one had nothing attached to it. And there we go. Now we can just squeeze this one in. We'll have it at the same level. And there we go. It's really coming along, this little tank, isn't it? Hell yeah. I think it's actually really looking pretty good. Okay. Cool. So we just need to patch this up and again do these corner bits, which are always the tricky part of the tank. Just getting those corners done. I usually do them with procedural wings. Does it have treads? Kill yourself. I'm sorry, that was very harsh. But no, seriously, that's just like, oh, just let that meme die, please. All right. I mean, I did accidentally create that meme by having a breakdown on stream, so I did deserve that meme by all accounts, but doesn't mean it shouldn't just die. And there we go. And that can go like that. Excellent. That's looking pretty fine. Right, so yeah, just rotate that a little bit. That's not quite right. And then we shall be Gucci. Sehr gut. I really need to stop saying Gucci. Communist victory impossible. Pfft. Tell that to my army, mate. It's marching on Osiris Bay. Actually, I think we should probably rotate it to be level with these ones. Because this is going to be covered by this top bit here. So we should probably just cover these like this. How's that? It points out at the bit at the bottom. Maybe we can rotate it back a little bit. Get this to go in there. And cover up these gaps in our armor. Because that's not fun. Don't want gaps in your armor. There we go. Okay. Now I need to do these corner bits, but I think I'm going to attach the wheels first. Yeah, I'll do the wheels. Where are the ruggedized rover wheels? No, Where are they? There they are. Cool. We don't want wheels this large though. We want wheels something like 80% maybe. Let's have a look at the prints, see how large the drive wheels are. Drive wheels are pretty small actually. Yeah, I mean when this gets on the ground, the suspension kicks in. These wheels move up quite a bit, so I think that's actually fine as it is. So we'll use that to get these in properly. That's going to need to be a little lower. Need to be something like that. It may look a little low now, but trust me, it needs to be this low. Otherwise, the wheel gets blocked, and it's not fun. That's not level, is it? Is it? Oh no, it is. Okay. Add a few more of them then. Just get the wheels on now, just so we can build around them. Yeah, so they look low, but the suspension kicks in, the wheels move up quite a bit, so don't worry about it. It looks odd in the spaceplane hangar, but when it gets out in the field, it looks fine. That's definitely not level. Now it is. Can we fit another wheel in there? Do we need to fit another wheel in there? I think we can. I think we should as well. So we'll get one more wheel in. And there we go. The gap between these is a little... Yeah, we can always shrink them up a little bit. That's fine. Oh, whoops. That's too far back. There we go. That's where we want the back wheel, and that's where we want the front wheel. So we can just squeeze these wheels up a little bit, and then we're good. Everything's good. Okay, there we go. We have the wheels sorted out. Awesome. We keep on to make sure the wheels aren't blocked. Yeah, that's sort of something to do right at the end. It's fine. You can tweak the wheels quite a bit. We're not like putting things over these wheels. This is, you know, the look of the Panther. So once we've done this corner here and the corner at the back, that's pretty much the Panther done. I'm just pressing save a billion times because I've spent a long time on a craft before, a ship, and it crashed and I lost a lot of that ship, and I was not a happy bunny. Right, how are we doing this? Procedural wings, I guess. Yeah, we'll do procedural wings. Do I want this kind of wing? No. Just do it with the basic P-wing, I think. Yeah. So we're going to want this to be like this-ish, and then we can rotate it as need be. So we'll shrink that in. Okay, so that's the top. That's perfect. Shrink that in. Okay, and then we'll get this out to the angle that we want it to be at. The wonders of procedural wings, everybody. I want that to be much thinner than that is, but not that wide. Okay, the slightly less wonderful part of procedural wings, it's really difficult to control sometimes. No, I don't want it to be that thick. No, I want it to be thinner. There we go. I want it to thinner please, thinner. But please don't extend that way. It's really difficult to control it, as I said. That's going to need to go to a point. There we go. Okay, we got there at last. Not really. Come on. Thinner. But not that thin. Nope. It may take a while. Trying to get this to behave. Okay, cool. Everything's cool. Okay. Right, and then we will... It doesn't really matter that there's no armor here. Like, Tape would have to get a ridiculously lucky shot to actually get through this into the internals, so we don't have to worry about the fact that there's technically a gap in the armor of the tank. Tape would obviously worry about it. He'll probably make a good giggle out of the fact that he has made good giggles about the fact that my tanks sometimes have gaps in their armor. But I don't let it worry me. I don't think it really matters. Right, and then all we have to do is move that there. We don't want it to be quite that prominent. There we go. And then the bottom does need to be wider. Just need to move that way. Move that up. I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. There we go, I wanted to do that. And there we go. I think that is fine. Yeah, that looks good. Then we just need another one here, and then that's the front of the tank done. I think that's straight. Yeah, that's fine. I think. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so that's one of those. Probably should put a panel here just to get rid of that gap. I'm going to do that. Just a small plate in here. Literally a tiny plate. Just to get rid of that gap, because just in case Tape does get shot through here, you know, we do need some kind of protection in here. So we're going to do that. Just get something in there. Just so, as I said, so there is something protecting it. We don't want it sticking out over our thingy there. But as long as it covers, like, as long as like it's inconceivable that anyone could get a shot in, then it's fine. Yeah, that's all right, I think. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Got a panel there. That's fine. That nothing's gonna get in there. Perfect. Okay, and then now what we need to do is put another wing here. This one's going to be a little more tricky to orientate, but it should be alright. See what I mean? You have to sort of move it around a little bit and get it in the right place. Get that to the right width. There we go, and shrink it a bit more. And okay, so that's cool. Cool. I think that is fine. By the way, guys, tell me you think I should get Tape Gaming on here. Because, as I said, he offered to be on the stream, so he will be on a little later. If you want him to come on about now, then we can get him on. If you want to get the, what was it Twitchy called him? Nazi War Criminal. I love Twitchy. I miss Twitchy. I miss Collaborative Warfare. It was good fun. There's a lot more effort than Fall of Kerbin. Fall of Kerbin is probably far more fun to record. But I do miss Collaborative Warfare in some respects. And that is a corner of a tank. Hell yes. All we need is a couple more of these panels, and we're good. So we just get, yeah, I can get away with one more panel in there, and then that is the front of the tank done. Hell yeah! You can see how it's come along all this way. It's I think it looks very good, all things considered. Though I say so myself, I think it does look half decent. And it's actually not too difficult a tank to design, so it's all right. I want the local. Yeah, this needs to be moved up a little bit like that. And you need to move maybe back a little. And up a little. And I believe that looks fine. What do you think, guys? Good? We like that front? Front look good? I think that looks fine. Yeah, I mean, we have to use procedural wings. I wish we had procedural structural plates. I think B9 might have that. But the B9 version that we looked at for procedural parts for this series, it didn't have it. So what we have to do is finish off this bit, and the tank is done. So that hasn't taken as long as I thought it would. It's only been an hour and a half. So yeah. Awesome. I think we'll get tape gaming on at this point because we almost finished the tank itself. So stream might be on a bit. I'll ask him. You want to come on stream? Come on stream tape? I'm quite tired actually. I'm going to quickly grab myself a drink of water. Yeah, and then I will be back very soon. So back in a sec. I should be back with tape. Hello! I'm back. Just got myself a drink. Last tape. Tape's just getting a drink, and then tape will be on. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I believe he's okay. Tape's coming on. Let's get tape in here. Up in this business. I get him to call me since I'm streaming. You can host it. My internet is precious, so I have to stream in 480p just to make sure it's smooth. And even then, sometimes it isn't smooth. Oh, let me answer that.
Hey, man.
Hey, Tape. It's still calling for some reason, even though I can hear your voice. Oh no, there we go. Now it's fine.
There we go. Okay. So,
hey, you're on stream.
Stream. Woo! Hey,
Yeah, you are. I probably need to turn you down a little bit. Okay. No offense.
Dominate the stream. This is my stream now. The Kenyan tanks have rolled in and taken it.
It's fighting talk. We're designing new tanks to stop you though, so
yeah,
you know it's all good.
I guess. Well, just now. I haven't actually been watching you design it. I thought that'd be a bit cheaty, and I had other things.
Oh, there's 177 people watching. I didn't realize.
Jeez.
That's a crazy amount of people.
On YouTube, jeez.
I haven't streamed for so long, so this is by far the most I've ever had watching.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I didn't even know. I haven't been looking at how many people are watching. I don't know if it's peaked higher, but
yeah, no, it looks good.
Is tape too quiet? People are saying tape's too quiet now. I turned down quite a bit. Okay, I'll turn you back up a bit.
All right. Okay.
How's that? Is that? You tell me.
How bad's the delay on this?
So probably like 30 seconds, something like that. You know. Okay, I'll turn you up a bit more. Actually, apparently you're really quiet. I turned you down too much.
I'll.
No, it's fine. It's just me editing voice levels. There we go. How's that? Is that good, guys?
Testing.
They'll have to say. Right. So yeah, we're building a Panther tank.
I see. Yeah, no, I can see. It looks rather panthery.
It is rather Panther. I remember when you made a tank in Collaborative Warfare, and you were like, "I'm calling it the Panther, not the Panzer, so it's not a Nazi tank." Then you realised that the Panther's a Nazi tank.
Yeah, that wasn't a great move.
That was
for
quite
the whole
funny, though.
tape is a Nazi thing.
Someone was saying the stream was at 200 at one point. Wow, I didn't.
Well, there you go.
I didn't realise I had that many people.
I'm a
okay.
tube lord. Gonna be streaming all the time.
Probably not. Your live streaming is more your thing than it is mine.
Yeah, well, I used to stream a lot, but now my internet sucks, so I'm pretty much limited to like once a month, and I've been really busy recently, so I can't. Yeah, stream a lot. It's exam season.
Yeah, I have exams soon.
Super fun. A levels?
ASs.
Oh yeah, well, equally horrifying.
Yeah. Good fun. What jolly conversation we do strike up.
Yeah, everyone's trying not to think about their exams by watching your stream. Now we're talking about exams.
Talking about exams. You're welcome, everybody. Yeah, so I think the tank's actually going rather well, all things considered. I think it looks quite nice, yeah. It has got gaps in its armour. I did mention that you'd probably take the piss out of that. Yeah, that's what you want, really. You want some big weak spots, make things more interesting, you know.
That's what. Yeah. You want to keep your pilots on their toes, you know.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'd be too complacent. They'd be.
He doesn't have treads.
I wish that meme would just die.
Right?
It just die like your Air Force, your Southern Fleet did in the last turn.
It's fine. It's gonna kill you.
Your Southern Fleet
I guess
isn't so
hasn't
fun.
come out yet, but
no, it hasn't. No, it's coming out tomorrow.
I see.
But, I ain't saying how successful that battle is. I don't want to spoil it too much.
But you should definitely watch it. It's obviously the audience, not you yourself. You should, have already known what that means. So yeah,
I'd be a bit worried if I didn't. But yeah, it should be a really good episode as well, because like I got the rangefinder up on NAS. You know the little rangefinder. Have you ever used it?
No.
It's kind of like a little camera, and it's in black and white and everything. It has a proper.
I use that, but for like tanks or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I brought that up and everything, and got like a proper image of a proper view, like a periscope view of your fleet, and then you fire the torpedoes and you see the torpedoes heading in towards it, and it looks so cool.
Oh.
Oh, probably not for you. You'd probably just be crying while watching it, but
Yeah, it's
uh,
sometimes a little bit like, oh God, this is a good video, but I built all of that and now it's useless.
and now it's gone. But
Mhm.
all right, let me just get one more armor panel, and then I think the chassis of this thing is actually done.
Yeah.
This didn't take as long as I thought it would. I mean, it has still taken quite a while, but considering I was like, okay, I'm going to use a modular armor design, I thought it would take at least like twice as long, but it hasn't,
Yeah, it does take a while. I have
surprisingly.
been working on my own new tank secretly in the
Yeah.
Cathenian labs.
I
It's
haven't
just
seen any heavy tanks from you
no,
yet.
I foolishly kind of chose that my heavy tanks would use the derp gun, and it turns out the derp guns are pretty good anyway. And most
Yeah.
of my combat's been in the city, so it's kind of better for light tanks.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And your medium tanks, I think you should use in medium in urban combat more often anyway, because like the way the armor's designed, the 20 mils just bounce straight off it.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you
On
probably
that
should have
ridge, they
plated that.
actually that ruined tank really absorbed some damage. That was a great battle.
That was an awesome battle, like circling the tiger and everything. I was like, oh, I knew I was like, this is painful because I'm watching my entire invasion force get massacred, but it's so cool that I don't mind.
Yeah, I actually wasn't. I when I first realized I was going to have to do it again, I was like, oh my God. And then when I was doing it, I was like, you know what? I don't mind. This is pretty fun.
Have you ever found that Fall of Kerbin is much more fun to record than collaborative warfare?
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's more fun because it's more diverse, but it does take longer.
Yeah, yeah, but with the vessel mover and everything, it does help.
Oh yeah,
You can
yeah.
focus
A
more
lot
on
of
the
that.
actual battles instead of just hours of flying. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's nice not to have to think about. Well, it was very much got to the point of in collaborative warfare of okay, how do I do as much damage as possible
yeah, as
right
efficiently
away
as
from one
possible.
plane, and then yeah, this is more like okay, well, how can I use the resources I have to thwart an invasion, sort of thing.
Mm.
Quite good, yeah.
And also, like, we've got with the fact that we have more vehicles. Like, I've lost like an entire army's worth, like an entire air force, and all of my ground
Yeah,
units in one
I
turn.
don't get it. I keep destroying all of your stuff, but you're still in Cathenia.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
But like collaborative warfare, if you lost like one tank, that could lose you the war.
Oh god, I remember when Twitchy blew up my plane with a helicopter. I was very
Oh my god, I remember that. Like you, oh,
fucking
that
worse.
was so funny when he flew in it. Oh, he blew it up with a Hellfire missile as well, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
ultimate fuck
shit.
you. I think this tank looks pretty sweet, actually. Looking at
Yeah,
it.
those look good. Your tanks do always seem to look pretty good. My
Um,
actually my most of mine look okay except that medium, which is a bit
I mean,
jank.
it's great. It's a really good tank, but it is very janky looking.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
function wise, it's unstoppable, but
yeah.
form
There's a
does
new
need
one
some
coming
work.
that looks a little better, and hopefully it will also be invincible.
Anyway, I think that's finished. Actually, I'm going to work on the internals now.
All right.
Yeah. Right, so I need to add a weapon manager, first of all. Um, if I can actually find it. There's so much stuff in the BD Armory tab.
Oh yeah, that's always a hard one to find anything in.
That's why I've organised it. You see on the left-hand side, I've got Navy, Air Force, and Ground Forces. I've organised
Yeah.
it all properly. Have you done that, or?
I don't think I've done it for weapons yet, actually, but I did do it for some of the ship panels because I kept building ships with the wrong parts and they kept sinking.
Oh. I did that on my little class. I used deck plating instead of hull plating. I had to go into the instead of rebuilding the whole thing, I went into the craft file and replaced them like that. I just replaced like since they're all the same size, they're all standard
Yeah,
sizes. I could just replace the names and it actually work like that. That was pretty sweet. I was glad I could do that.
yeah. NAS is a pretty, or whatever the ship mod. One
Yeah,
of the mods
NAS.
is
Yeah.
very crashy.
Yeah, that's NAS. Yeah, the weapon mod. It just adds so much, and they're really well detailed. So I find it's in the editors that it makes things crash, not the actual game
Oh
itself,
yeah, no, it's
really.
fine in the game. It
It's,
occasionally crashes about as much as anything else does, but
but yeah, the editors it really does slow down. If I go into the naval tab and I start mousing over stuff, if I mouse over like a turret, it will often crash.
yeah,
Which is why I make sure I stay well away from that navy tab.
you've got to
Um,
build the ship by itself first, and then yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna make sure this is spawns on Team B because I've forgot to do that before, and I've spawned things in and have
Yeah,
everything attack it. You know, it's never a good thing.
not so great.
Guns range 5 kilometers. Come on. Let me. Oh no, it's not letting me select exactly 5 kilometers. It's making me do like 5,010 meters. Oh well, that's fine.
It's weird watching this after like 30 seconds behind. It's like, what are you talking about?
Apparently you're still a little quiet. I'm going to turn you up even
Okay.
more. I'll put you on to full volume. You're welcome.
I see. Now everyone's going to be like, it's too loud.
Yeah, no, I just put you up another 10. There we go.
Yeah.
I should have just left you how you were. I shouldn't have turned you down in the first place.
Yeah.
It's probably better in my stream if you're quieter than me than the other way around. But right, what ammunition does this thing use? Cannon shells. Okay. So we need to add the fuel tanks and then fuel cells. You see the inside of this thing is just nothing but girders.
Girders. That'll be fun.
We've attached everything to girders.
I usually use those the little thin grey ones at the base. I mean, no, I don't. Stop stealing my trade secrets. Probably see it in my videos. So
there we go. That's. Or should I put the fuel tank at the front as like an extra armor?
yeah, I try and surround the cockpit with like fuel and things.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it at the front then.
Okay, apparently I'm too loud.
Oh no, you're too loud. Oh, people are never happy, are they? I'll turn you down again. There we go. We'll try that. That should be perfect.
Okay, I'll try and stay at the same distance from my microphone. I tend to move.
I would appreciate that.
Someone mentioned in my last video that they can like picture me moving in and out as I kind of like sway back, and I'm very emotive when I'm commentating, even though there's no camera.
Yeah, I do that. I like end up gesturing or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'll make actions and as if I'm actually. I think it helps to do that though, because then it's like you're actually talking to a person, and it helps make it more entertaining. I feel.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It's just I think that's one of my favorite parts is commentating after a video has been recording. So it's always fun to like move your arms around and stuff.
I actually I don't like doing post commentary unless like I prepare a set of topics and stuff beforehand. But like on Fall of Kerbin, I find the actual doing the commentary is the most difficult part for me. I enjoy recording it, enjoy editing it. But it's just Fall of Kerbin really, because like in Space Race, I remember we could just talk about what you wanted to. Like it was my city skylines essentially.
Yeah.
I could just talk at length about random things, and at one point talk about Brexit. That was a bad idea.
Too.
Yeah, I've ever since like I've never put politics on my channel, and like since that video, my opinion has changed drastically. But I go back and I watch it, I'm like, no.
Well, yeah,
So
some
much has
valid
changed.
points.
yeah, but
Yeah, but no, stay away from politics. Although
away
I
from
don't,
politics.
but I think it's okay because I don't know. I've sort of
you tend to have quite a neutral approach to things. You more just
I don't really have
take the piss
political
out of
views.
stuff. You don't really take a strong political stance. You just sort of go, yeah, Trump, he did that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Trump's
But,
just
yeah.
kind of terrifyingly funny to me, and that's okay because as long as everyone's happy and laughing.
I'm not dead. Yep, we're all fine.
Someone said tape. You need to get a face cam. You don't want to see me just gormlessly stare at a screen, like if it was Prison Architect. I'm just staring at a screen.
I think face cams are good, like if it's a horror game, or whatever. But otherwise, I don't see the point really. Like,
Yeah.
some people are recently asking me for a face reveal, and it's like my face
You've done
isn't a
vlogs.
secret. It's not a secret. What? Yeah, but I've got quite a few of those comments. People saying do a face reveal. It's like it's really.
No, I very occasionally vlog, but it has been a while actually. Now I look back, probably not since 10,000 subscriber video.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, I did a
I
Q&A.
stopped doing vlogs ever since my friends found my YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Have your friends found your YouTube channel? Do you have to deal with it?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, ages ago, when it started moving forward. But some of them have been on it, so I don't really mind. And like a few of them actually like watch it and like say it's pretty good. Not the Kerbal stuff because they're not really into that, but like. So yeah, I don't really mind. Like at first, it's really weird.
It is, yeah. I have people just, yeah. People are quite mean.
Yeah, people tend to be. No, when I first got to uni, some of my roommates were like, "Oh, we should watch your channel." I was like, "Please don't. That's so uncomfortable."
I always like don't like it when people like sometimes when I'm introducing to people where they'll be like, "Oh yeah, and Ollie's got a YouTube channel with this many subscribers," and they like show it to them while I'm in there. I'm like, "Oh no,
Hmm,
why? What are you
worst.
doing?" And they're like,
Well,
"Oh, do you like Fall of Kerbin?" No, I don't need this in my life.
yeah, no, I actually just kept it pretty much very secret for a long time. But then when it gets to the point when your defense can be, I get paid to play video games, then it's
Oh
like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
well, then
It's like
fuck you.
yeah. Yeah, well, some people like say, "Oh yeah, I watched your channel and it wasn't very good." I say, "Well, if you watched it, then you gave me money, so
Yeah.
there you go."
Mm.
But yeah, no, on the whole, the people are all right. But still,
Yeah.
just a advice to people: if you make a YouTube channel, just keep it to yourself.
I know you think you like your friends, but you really don't. So just don't tell them.
I know you think you're like your friends, but you really don't. You just be a
Dave
table.
Gaming 2017.
I don't know whether using the procedural ammo box, you can store more cannon shells than the cannon shell box. Oh no, because the density is still going to be the same.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can. It's actually quite hard to get enough shells into.
Yeah, because they're big, aren't they? Big
Yeah.
shells, which is well correct to real life, obviously,
Mm.
because they had limited
Now on
ammunition.
that attack on Hacksaw Ridge, uh, I think I went through about 120 shells from each tank.
Yeah,
Pretty
jeez,
pretty crazy.
it is pretty crazy. Let me just rotate this. There we go. Try to squeeze as many cannon shells in as possible. Thank God cannon shells don't actually like explode when they get hit.
Yeah, that'd be really bad because they're all at the front of my tank.
Yeah, like getting ammo racked like in War Thunder or World of Tanks, like that's a one hit kill, you know, if you get hit in the ammo rack.
Uh,
Um,
like when you shoot someone in the flamethrower fuel tank in Death Infamy and they explode and it's great.
yeah,
That's the
that's
best
so
feeling as a
cool, though.
sniper to watch someone burst into flames.
Oh, I love that game so much, and they've been updating it so much. I go up to
So
into it
good.
like now and then, and like the amount of work they put into that game,
Yeah.
how often they update it, it is crazy.
Yeah, it is definitely
It
just one of the best
is.
shooters I've ever played. Like realistically,
Yeah, yeah, and they look up. They look after their community. They listen to community
yeah,
suggestions.
yeah,
And they update it all the time. It's really, really good developers.
yeah,
A really, really good game.
yeah. No, I play it all the time still. Yeah, and they always add new maps like Crete and Foy, like after
Yeah, I
Bastogne
saw
and
those.
Foy now, and that's quite cool. So you
It's
do the
cool
whole.
because my great grandfather was a Royal Marine Commando, and he fought on Crete.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it's actually, it's pretty cool.
yeah,
The history. I've got a lot of military history in my family.
yeah. No, I do as well actually, but I don't
Mm.
know about World War Two. Though my granddad actually was in the SAS around the time it formed, so that was probably just after World War Two. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, cool. I don't know where to put this 50 cal machine gun because, like, on the Tiger, that actually has a forward coaxial machine gun. Don't know if the Panther actually does
mm.
have one.
What turret is that?
Oh no, it does. This is the Panther turret.
Oh, of course, yeah. How big's the round out of that?
75 mil.
Oh, okay.
It's a heavy tank turret, but it's really high velocity,
Ah.
really accurate as well. It's with like the barrel's crazy long.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So yeah, so it's 75 millimeter, but it is deadly. And I'm just gonna sort this out. The game is starting to slow down, so it's probably about to crash.
Memory's filling up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to buy some more just for this series.
Yeah, it's slowing down. Game crash is probably imminent.
Mm. You might want to get it before, because it might also mess with your other programs, so your stream might stop.
That's true. I'm gonna take that risk.
Okay.
I like to live on the edge. There we go. That coaxial machine gun doesn't look too bad. I'm using 50 cals, even though the actual one would have had an MG 32. I think that's the name of it. The
34?
German MG 34, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. MG. There was a 38 as well. I think it's MG 34.
Yeah, maybe there was a 30.
There was multiple. There were multiple. I don't know. It would use a 30 cal machine gun anyway, but I'm using a 50 cal because I can, and it's a heavy tank, so I'm gonna. Where's the 50 cal ammo box? There it is. Did I edit this to use the right ammo? 50 cal ammo. I think I made this use .50 cal. I made this use the I made that machine gun use the aviator arsenal 50 cal.
Yeah.
Different kinds of ammo boxes.
Yeah, you changed a lot of parts, like.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a good idea that I gave you like my entire game data because we definitely forgot like some stuff.
Yeah, it can't possibly have been all the same.
Because I send, just for the viewers, I send tapes, so many adjusted files, like literally, I send you them all the time. Just like, I tweaked this, by the way. Oh, this was underpowered, so here you go. Here's a fix. Here's a fix for that. I send you a million zip files on Skype.
I cleaned out my my Skype received files recently, and it was like 9 gigabytes.
Oh crap! I really need to sort mine out. I bet I have a crazy amount of stuff.
Well, I just stopped being able to find things, and like usually I'm like, well, what if I need some of this? And then it gets to a point, and I'm like, I'm just going to delete everything.
There we go. Fill the back of this up with 50 cal. Oh, I can put some more cannon shells down here probably. I'll just put a bit of 50 cal in here. Just like, where can I fit in more ammunition?
Yeah, it's like if you cut open our tanks, they're so compact. It's crazy.
Tetris with ammo boxes.
Yeah, I got an 80 on my programming assessment, which is good because the first is a 70.
Oh, awesome.
Sorry, that came in just
I think the
now.
game has crashed.
Oh shit. It looks pretty crashed. Oh no. Oh, I'm behind though.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's definitely crashed. Oh no, everything's frozen. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah, it's eating my memory. It's eating everything.
Oh jeez.
I should have ended it earlier.
Oh, what did I say, man?
I'm going to put on the please stand by thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to Control-Alt-Delete.
Okay.
It's absolutely died. Yep, CPU usage just spiked to 100%. That's
Ooh.
that bodes well.
Lighting
Physical
to
memory,
disk.
100%. This is KSP, isn't it? Like, it just, one moment it's fine, it just eats your entire, like, all of your main memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm thinking even if I got like 16 gigabytes, it would just eat all of that anyway.
Yeah. Kerbal Space Program not responding. I'm gonna have to go to the process and end the process because it's not gonna. There we go. Memory 6 million kilobytes.
You gotta.
Yeah, just I don't think the please stand by has ever been quite so appropriate.
The computer
There we go,
world.
we killed it. There we go, it's dead. Okay, cool, we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got about 200 people watching. That's crazy.
That is impressive.
I'm sure if you did a stream now, you could get up to like 300 easily. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably if you did it on YouTube as well, not on
Maybe.
Twitch. I know you're a Twitch streamer, but
Yeah, I think that's my streams aren't massively successful on Twitch. That's not really what I do them, but like, yeah, I'm probably going to start doing it on YouTube because it's probably just more likely that people will click onto it.
yeah, people see them, don't they, if they're on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, also I usually release a video with my streams, but
Yeah.
maybe I will try that.
Well, we're gonna have to wait a minute for my computer to settle down and stop killing itself.
Get over its shell shock.
I've got loads of Skype messages from Jeffrey the sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they about?
About the stream.
Right.
It's just like, oh, tape's too quiet. Oh, tape's too loud. Oh, tape's too quiet. Oh, tape's too loud.
I see.
Apparently, a few of Jeffrey's friends are in real life are my fans, and when they found out that Jeff actually knows me, they fanboyed. They actually fanboyed like in front of his class. That's quite. I find that really strange.
That's
That people like a group, it's maybe a small group of people like in a school somewhere, like actually talk about me. Like
yeah, like really mathematically, that's just that they didn't know. That's pretty cool, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just find it really interesting.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Anyway, let's restart KSP and get ourselves back going again. Right. My computer is still calming down. Yeah, there we go. It's better. It's okay now. We can reload KSP. Right, there we are. Reloading KSP. Right, but at least we got most of the tank done. So basically, all we have to do is fill it with ammunition, sort out the action groups, and then we can test it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can actually do some cool stuff. It won't just be an entirely building stream, which I know isn't always the most entertaining thing to watch. I just had the very poor foresight to take a bite into an Easter egg.
Oh.
It's everywhere. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I made the foolish decision to try and get everything for going back for Easter into one rucksack. So I had to bring my Easter. Well, I only managed to get one Easter egg in there, wrapped in like a plastic bag and a shirt, because the box wouldn't fit. But hey, I managed to travel with all my stuff, including actually my microphone, just in case, all the way back and here for like a week and a half break in just one rucksack. So
awesome.
Packing master.
Anyone else in Derbyshire watch Beardy?
Hey, I'm going to Derbyshire. Oh, shit. Just doxed myself. But no, I'm going to Derbyshire in summer. That's where my mum's from.
You're going to Derbyshire in the summer, so someone's going to find you from that information.
They'll find me, man. They're going to know exactly where. Just waiting everywhere in Derbyshire all summer.
I should probably talk to the chat a little bit while this is loading up.
I've noticed some questions and I've just sort of...
My dog is licking her crotch so loudly I can hear it from across the room. Thank you for that, Omega Goldfish.
Disgusting,
Thanks.
like... deeply disturbing.
What's your favourite game, Beardy? I'm not going to say Kerbal Space Program, actually. Maybe, yeah, because that's just the obvious answer. At the moment, probably Day of Infamy.
Yeah?
But if not that, I have been playing recently a little game found called Panther. I did a little video on it.
Oh, I did watch that, yeah.
It's really simple, but it is really fun. And I do love alternate history stuff. The fact that you can do alternate history, like if you get decisive victories in certain places and you win where the Nazis actually lost, you can change history. Saying that, Hearts of Iron 4 is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We need to do like a multiplayer series on that.
Yeah, we do.
That'd be so fun. I've done multiplayer games in the past, and it's just hours of fun. It's like the most ridiculous things happen.
Yeah, no, we should totally do that.
We could do Pact of Steel. Like I could be Italy, you could be Germany.
Yeah. I was just practicing the world. You know what's surprisingly difficult? Invading through Belgium. I keep trying it, and it's so small, and they have so many guys.
Yeah, well, you need to invade through the Netherlands as well. But the main thing is to concentrate all your infantry around the Maginot Line and literally just put all of your tanks there and just push straight through.
Right.
You need to have everything ready, have your offensive line set, and then declare war and push straight through before they know what's happened. And get round to Paris with your tanks and just smash them and Well, but when I first played as Germany, I got held up until like I think I invaded in 1939, and I got held up until at least mid-1940. It took quite a while to do it.
Yeah.
But once I was through, obviously you take Paris and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep hunters.
Whatever you do, don't push through the Maginot Line. That's the idea.
No, it's impossible. Their forts are all up to like 10.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So all I've lost is
about a
50
Cape
cows.
hunting party, so I'm not super jazzed about that.
Right, here we go. Yeah, all I lost was my 50 cal ammunition, so that's fine. We can start putting more of that in. Oh, I need to have symmetry on. Oh, I'll tell you what I did regret. When I made the space fire for the collaboration station, I mentioned briefly, I was like, oh yeah, I had the wrong kind of symmetry on. And people seem to interpret that as I don't know how to change symmetry. It's much like you with your V1 uses a pulse jet. The amount of comments. This is how you change symmetry, Beardy. Yeah, I know. This is how you change symmetry, Beardy. I know. This is how you... I know! Please stop.
I know. What? Just as a public service announcement to everyone watching the stream, just when you have something to say, just check the comments first and be like, oh, it's already been said. Because if you ever want a really good drinking game, go to my V1 video and take a shot every time you see a comment saying it uses a pulse jet. Oh, yeah.
At least I'll never forget that. Like when we're making V1s and stuff past turn 20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do not forget that.
Do not make a mistake about what kind of propulsion it uses. But that's going to be pretty cool, actually, using like V1s and V2s.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how we're going to go about doing that. I might have it like, maybe introduce like a new type of launch, like an experimental launch, like a one turn use thing. Like you could use a jet for one turn or something. Or maybe we could have it so they use supply units, like the V2s, you know, they used a lot of resources. So like that. You can exchange a supply unit for it, something like that. By the way, just so you know, you guys, this is how we work out rules in Fall of Kerbin. I just like speak aloud and Tape just goes, yep, that sounds good.
Yeah, well, they're usually pretty good. It's like building a turn-based strategy game. I mean, that's not something I'd be good at.
No.
Another reason why it takes so long between eras, Beardy coming up with all the rules and me having to type yes so many times.
Yeah, it does take a long time between eras, but it shouldn't take too long between World War II and late World War II. We haven't got to sign too much more stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't got to change the rules too much. There was a big jump between World War One and...
Oh yeah, the planes, all the tanks.
It took a long time to design all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it was fun, really. Custom 5 I have is arm, disarm. Custom 4 is what I use to start all of my fuel cells. So I can get my engine going. It's all good. 6 is to set as leader. And 7 is set as follower. And abort is BT off. And there we go! That is the adder. Complete, I think.
You should totally put it up against a boa.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm just going to get it out. I'll put it on the wrong way and it'll fall apart immediately or crack an attack. But
yeah.
Actually, yeah. What launch site should we go to? Where should we test this?
I mean, you should probably start learning how to defend Kermengrad. Not that anything's anywhere near Kermengrad.
Nah, but it's going to lag a lot if we go near a city.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm going to go to snow. It's got a large open area, so we'll go there. And yeah, cool. Let's go. Awesome. Put treads on it. Kill yourself.
Yeah, why are the wheels on it?
Why are the wheels on a tank? God, man, don't you know what tanks look like?
Jeez, man. Kerbal Foundries has been updated.
It's a 1.2. Why don't you use it in 1.1.2? Come on.
Yeah.
That's another thing people need to look at the comments for. The amount of people that have told me that Kerbal Foundries has been updated.
Yeah, I remember in Collaborative Warfare I did a really bitchy FAQ video for all this stuff.
I remember that. We need to make you need to make an FAQ for Fall of Kerbin.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Give it tread.
I didn't want to make one because I'd be like, I'd be like, Beardy, give it treads, and they're just gonna have a million people just repeating it. I don't want to revive that meme. I don't want to fuel the fire.
Yeah.
And now we wait. This is how long it takes to launch something from the space plane hangar with this.
That's why Vessel Mover is so glorious.
Oh yes. What do we do without that mod? Like, jeez.
Yeah, and hyperedit, when you just launch the wrong thing, it's like, oh, well, I can delete you.
Yeah, there's hyperedit that lets us, delete stuff. Although, like, it just has the names of things. So what I do is I change the name of the things I want to delete to "kill me" in all caps. I've just got into the habit of doing that. I changed it to "kill me" in all caps, and then I go through destroy vessel and I search for the "kill me."
Yeah, I just changed mine to dead or something, and then killed them.
I hope the game hasn't crashed again.
Yeah, no, it just takes a while. You really think it has, and then...
Yeah, then it's fine. It should be alright, I think we're alright. At least we've got a decent view of the tank. Just look at it. That beautiful.
Yeah, look at that beautiful tank. The last time you'll ever see it before it's ripped apart by Cathenian tanks.
It's fighting talk, Tate. That's fighting talk.
Yeah.
But, I think it does actually look quite nice. I'm quite happy with how my tanks have all really turned out. They all look quite nice, even though, like, the previous ones, you shoot them once and they explode.
No, the Tiger does look good. Well, no, they were pretty durable. It's just not quite as durable as mine. And they have a tendency of kind of all of the top armor comes off.
Yes, because it's all attached to each other. Yeah, so they sort of split in half.
Yeah.
So all the bottom's attached and all the top's attached to.
Yeah.
You blow off the correct armor panel and the whole thing just comes off.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a great scene in the Battle of Hacksaw Ridge where the tank has its armor blown off and then it does like a flip.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. It's because
so...
the turret is attached to the command module, and the armor panels are sandwiched between them. So when the armor gets disconnected from it, it's like stuck between the turret and the command module. And obviously KSP doesn't like that, so it spazzes out.
Yeah.
There's someone spamming to build a mouse-heavy tank, and I'm like, no, I'm not building a mouse. Have you seen what the mouse looks like?
Googling now. I think I have Googled it before, but
it's like the Nazi super tank. It was the Panzer 7, I want to say.
Yeah. Okay. Just Googled mouse by itself. Super.
MAUS.
Oh yeah, I was actually watching Knowledge Chubb's World War II.
Yeah, history of German tank design.
Yeah.
It's really
and it's like 200 tons or something crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
They built 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, people demand that we build like tanks that we don't have the turrets for, and that's the main limitation here. Is that we only have a very small selection of turrets. I'm so glad we have the turrets that we do. We found old school turrets at the last minute. We were going to use NAS naval guns as our tank turrets originally. That wouldn't have been fun.
Super jank.
Yeah, that wouldn't have looked good. But yeah, it's like people who are saying build a Sherman or whatever. Like, I saw a lot of comments on your video saying like, "Oh, why you got a KV-1 turret on a medium tank? It's a heavy tank turret."
It's like, well, you know,
it's just because it's got a crappy gun that we use it on our medium tanks.
I think it may have crashed, man.
Yeah, I think it genuinely may have.
What's that?
Yeah. It's
yeah.
It's definitely crashed.
Yeah.
Right, Control Delete. The space program will stop responding. This is something you have to get used to.
One of the reasons I play in a window, or frameless window mostly.
Yeah, I usually play in full screen actually.
Yeah.
Now it's in a window obviously because I have loads of things to manage. I need a second screen. I really do.
Yeah.
You got like 3 screens.
Technically 4, but one of them isn't plugged in because it doesn't have a stand. But yeah, no, I usually, but no, I wouldn't have it anyway because that'd be stupid. But no, I do have 2 1440p screens and then a little 720 just for giggles. Yeah, well, I spend pretty much all my money on computers, so.
I'm being told to build the HMS Nelson. Have you seen what the HMS Nelson looks like?
No.
It's a Kerbal battleship. It's quite funny. are saying my mic went weird, it's just because I sat back in my chair.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having the HMS
What a jank.
It is so janky.
It's really tall. What the hell? It's got like a mini skyscraper in it, and just yeah.
Let me move my mic closer to my mouth. There we go. There we go, loading KSP again. It was fine actually for the first hour or so, but now it's just going to probably start misbehaving. Once it's crashed once, then I find it
It
goes.
kind of rains it pours sort of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I have to uninstall NAS if I can when I'm building stuff, just because it makes it easier.
It does. I probably should have uninstalled it for this stream, but oh well.
Yeah, well, you do need some of the things, but
There's a guy talking about how he's played World of Tanks since 2014 and it's never crashed. And it's like, this isn't World of Tanks, man.
yeah, what are you talking about? I mean,
They're saying something's happened to... Oh, I accidentally turned the volume of everything to really low.
Oh.
I set myself as super quiet for no... I probably just deafened people by turning that back onto full. I bet everyone turned up their thing to try and hear me. Yeah, I accidentally turned the sound down while tabbing into OBS. Whoopsie. And also sorry for deafening everyone who turned up their sound.
Oh, cool. They can just hear me. Just take.
Yeah, for saying all we can hear is yeah. Which mod is the Gustav gun? That is Never Enough DACA.
Oh yeah.
Tape is going mad. They can just hear you talking to yourself. The delay sounds like it's terrible. People are still talking about how they can't hear me.
Hmm. Oh no, it's come back now. I wanted to just hear me being crazy.
Vito had his volume on max.
Oh.
Now I can't hear tape. Yeah, I think I turned you up a second.
Now it's a terrible stream.
Wow, the delay is quite... Yeah, everyone's saying, oh god, my ears. Look at the chat.
Oh yeah, ear rape. Streaming, it ain't easy.
People who had headphones there.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Right, here we go, we're back in. Back in business. Oh, I just turned it down again. There we go, I need to stop doing that. Okay, now we can just launch straight from... I'm just going to do it on the runway. I can't be bothered to go into the spaceplane hangar and launch to Snow. PT5 Adder. There we are. Oh, you can put 2 people in the Panther turret. That's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, you can on some of the turrets. You can put people in them.
Yeah, get a loader and a gunner in there.
Fire them right till the end.
Do their fire when ready. Awesome. Let's do some testing.
Yeah.
I bet it won't
with
work.
Cathenian spies all around.
You rebelous
And actually, the Cathenian...
Whoa! That looks right.
What's that?
That doesn't look good. That's really bad.
What's this?
Wait till you see it on the stream.
Oh, of course, from behind. I was like, what?
Just wait until the stream catches up.
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
No, still loading. Oh, wait, what's... Yeah, that's not exactly what
That's not what you want. That's not what you want.
Oh, that's a little bit... Yeah, it's just kind of, it's tactical maneuvers, it's dodging bullets.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh, I had this plane...
it'll be this fuel tank, I think.
Yeah. I had this plane for my next episode of Subscriber Designs that like flips out, and there's this one bit where one plane's chasing it. It flips out, swings around, and smashes off its cockpit. It's a proper melee kill maneuver. It's amazing.
Okay, so I'm just going to remove the fuel tank. We're going to bug fix here, debug, and remove the fuel tank. See what that does.
Yeah, it's got to be, yeah.
It's got to just be the fuel. Hopefully it's just the fuel tank. If it's more than the fuel tank, then that's so annoying because I'm going to have to remove the... Okay, it was just the fuel tank, thank God. Oh, no, it wasn't. Crap.
Oh.
This isn't good. Okay, I hope it's not the chassis
Could be
itself.
the fuel cells?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to remove things until it stops blowing up. That's not a good sign, is it?
Not super great. Just
I
explodes
hope it's
by
not
itself.
the girders, as I said. That'd be bad.
Yeah, watching it implode on itself. No, it seems to be shaking at the back. It's got to be fuel cells.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll try that. Tape, when will the new episode of Subscriber Designs come out?
Tomorrow, and you can see that crazy melee maneuver I was talking about. It's really awesome. Like, I actually slow down the footage and we go.
Oh no, it didn't do anything.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I think it's
Oh,
the
that's
girders.
gotta feel good. Yeah. They just take up too much space.
I can shrink them.
Yeah, that could work, but it'll bring all your armor in.
Ah.
Oh,
No, it was such a beautiful tank. Now we're gonna have to fix the jank.
Mm.
Rhymed. Oh no. Oh well. That's alright. Okay, I'm gonna see what effect shrinking one of these girders has. Oh, it doesn't move. Oh no, it does move the armor. It moves the armor a lot.
Yeah. I'm watching it just explode again. Doing circles now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove all this. Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, it's not great.
I filled it with like all the ammunition and everything. I should have tested it before then
Mm.
and seen that wasn't a good idea. Oh well, these things happen. You know, I did say that it was going too well. Like it was being built way too quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is going so amazingly. Then the game crashed, and now the tank itself is very flawed.
Yeah, I thought with KSP, if it was part of the vehicle, they wouldn't interact with each other. But maybe there's been updates or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so annoying. How these are like integral parts of the tank, so
Yeah.
fixing this is gonna be difficult.
Yeah. Please name the tank the Jank.
The
Tape.
easiest way to do this would just be go into the files, go into the game files, and make it so these don't have colliders.
Yeah.
Make the modular girder segments just not have colliders.
Yeah, but yeah, the bullets go right through them. I'm okay with that. Someone says, Tape, are the rumors about your capitalist nation true? I mean, if you're saying that Cathenia is a capitalist nation, then yeah. And if you're saying that it's falling apart under the pressure of, unregulated, capitalism, then no, that's not what's happening. Everyone has food and money and freedom. It's really falling apart.
Had a test. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that previous one saved, and then this is the test version where I'm just gonna remove crap.
Yeah. Someone says auto struts, but this is not 1.2, so...
No, yeah, we don't have auto strut.
God, that makes 1 kilometer space station so much easier.
Oh, I bet it did.
Thinking of building a 2.5 kilometer space station so that it's longer than load range.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. Gotta find out.
Right, I think it's not going to be too difficult to shrink it down. It's just going to take a little while.
Yeah.
But that's alright.
Someone said...
Oh no, now the girders aren't big enough for me to offset them far enough forward. Ah! Why? How can you just work,
Yeah. Yeah, well...
It's such an integral part of the tank.
Yeah, if it was like something smaller, it'd be easy. But yeah.
It is a big part of this tank that isn't working.
Someone says, no, the rumors of dysentery and violent cannibal gangs. You mean in Cathenia? No, that's just a parade we have. It's fine. Stop questioning your glorious leader.
I didn't know you were twitchy.
Oh, sorry. Stop questioning the bourgeoisie. I'm really falling apart.
There we go. We can shrink that one. There's one girder shrunk relatively easy. Okay, this isn't quite the disaster end of the world that I thought it was. We'll be alright.
Yeah.
It has caused a lot of stuff to move around.
Yeah, problem with shrinking stuff. That's the problem is when you start building a tank and then there's like quite a few things out of place and you're like, I'm going to have to redesign it to change anything. Then you just start moving armor panels around and then your tanks look like mine.
Well, I won't go quite that far. But...
Wow. It may not be pretty, but they'll kill you, man. Okay, Omega Goldfish is coming up with some pretty crazy, not truths, slightly truths about Cthulhu right now. What about the murders in the streets and the rain of acid and bodily fluids every Tuesday, or the giant vultures that eat people and hurl skeletons off of buildings, or the nameless horrors that drive people to insanity and shatter space and time with their mere presence? I mean, a lot of that, is fake news. Spouted off by KNN, I guess would be the Kerbal. Well, anyway, basically what I'm saying is no, none of that's true. Everything's fine. Stop questioning your glorious leader.
I never thought any country could be more dodgy than Corolla, but apparently so.
Wait, what do you say about Corolla? Because the heat's really on us right now. Could you do something? Someone says, why no nukes? You want to explain that, or just
think about it for 3 seconds? How long would the war last if we had nuclear weapons?
Yeah. Also, I think Penguin might have a slight advantage if he can drop nukes first.
Yeah, because I have airfields in range of your cities and stuff, and you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and it would just be like, oh, well, I nuked your big base. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I have to turn first, don't I? So I could just nuke everything before you could retaliate. That wouldn't be
Yeah,
bad.
exactly. Like, having to turn first doesn't matter too much in a land war because you got to move a lot, but with nukes it would kind of sort of be a bit of an advantage.
Just a slight advantage.
Or the sewer runoff in our drinking water. Omega Goldfish, if you don't like the water, go to Corolla.
Right. I wish no offset limits was updated.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, because it still kind of has some logic to it where you have to still be touching the parts, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm. Adolf tape will
This is so bad.
Yeah, it's...
I'm going to sabotage this whole beautiful tank just because I filled it with girders.
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to fill it with girders?
I think it was yours. Yeah, mine's just built around the small little thin ones. I mean, obviously that's useless to you now, but it just means that there's a lot of empty space for stuff, which is useful.
Yeah, I just didn't realise they would collide with each other.
Yeah, no, I didn't think they would either. I mean, you can clip stuff together usually. Adolf tape is our savior. Well, I mean, only if you hate Cthulhians.
Cthulhians or Corollans?
No, Cthulhians. There's this whole kind of, horrifying racist thing. Yeah, it's we don't want to get into it. Incorporating future countries and the, just tying it all into one multiverse, man. We've got to sell this as a movie series someday.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, it is all in one universe. But this is technically a prequel to Collaborative Warfare,
Yeah.
isn't it?
There's even theories that Road to Colonization is part of the same universe.
Is it?
Well, I don't know, man. I'm going to say no, but, who knows? I mean, there's been certain, little mentionings in it make it sound kind of like it's in the same universe. Yeah, maybe it kind of gets spawned out of the next kind of V2 program that we're going to have in the next war.
Yeah, maybe. Right, in order to try and salvage this, I'm going to start attaching parts. Since everything's really modular, it's actually all right. I can take things off. I don't have to rip off like half a tank to move one part, which is the helpful part.
Yeah, that's when you know your tank's not going to win. Is when you click one part and then you only have half a tank left because
Yeah, that's never good.
Hmm. Because everyone tries to be Marvel about the giant cinematic universe I'm trying to build.
Right. Can these panels stretch the... Oh, no!
Problems. I'm still like 30 seconds behind, so this just...
Yeah, I'm just seeing like what I have to attach to other armor panels to get it to work. And it's a lot of the tank.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of this tank was that I wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But still, gotta do what you gotta do to stop it exploding on itself.
In the name of victory, man.
In the name of victory, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, if you're attaching it to the top, I mean, if the top arm is destroyed, you got problems anyway. I mean,
yeah, it should be fine. Famous last words, but now you can just see like all the parts that are attached and all the parts that aren't attached. You know exactly where all the weak spots are.
Yeah, kind of, but it's fine.
There we go. The rest of this can be attached without moving the girder. That's helpful.
All right.
So that's good. The rest of this is fine.
Armor's super modular. Like every little layer is attached to something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I went full Monty on this.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the kind of commitment to do that. I have faith in my centaurs. They're great.
They're good. They are powerful tanks. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I thought it would take a lot longer, and I was like, "Whoa, we actually got a good-looking tank out, of a modular design," and then this happened.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay, Mega Goldfish seems to think that Tape's trying to kill you. I mean, Cuban Hit Squad, Tape, what's the difference?
Fair enough. Got some interesting theories in the chat.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff talking about Tape Churchill. I don't know. This has really descended into kind of my level of madness now. I think I've broken your chat.
Oh no. Taking over my live stream. Right, there we go. Now I've got to do is sort out the slanted panels, and then it's done. And then we've done the skirts, but we haven't done the rest of it. But it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
There's I put a lot of girders in this. I was like, if in doubt, add a new girder. That's coming back to bite me.
Fill it up too much, and then you gotta have space to put, other stuff as well.
Still.
Oh god.
When this is finished, it's going to be a good tank.
Hmm.
Very good tank. It's going to be a very powerful tank, but it's just right now I'm starting to lose the will to live.
Yeah. Might be good to come back to
Designing
this
this
at a later date. Someone's
maybe.
hissing in the comments. That's odd. Oh, okay.
I am determined to get this finished, though.
Yeah.
That is that kind of attitude that's had me up until like midnight designing vehicles for like World War II era.
It really can take up some time, you know. It's like, oh, I'll just
Yeah.
this for a couple hours a day, and then
People are like, oh, why don't you get like an upload up every day? This is why.
yeah. I'm currently aiming for 4 videos a week, and that's pretty difficult with uni as well. I mean,
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know, man, either. But well, the prison architects don't take that long, and
Yeah.
but subscriber designs actually goes pretty quickly. But yeah, Road to Colonization and Fall of Kerbin do really take a while.
I'll tell you what I did find funny.
Mm.
You know, we had that Collaborative Warfare series, that, like Twitchy was part of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Mm.
I wish them the best with it, and they were like, "Oh yes, this is like Collaborative Warfare, but it's not." And we're gonna be, but the difference is we're gonna be getting videos out every day. And I was like, "Really? Good luck with that, mate.
Please.
Good luck with that." And like that, I was like, "That's the sign. Like that's the sign of someone who clearly doesn't understand how much work it takes to make KKW."
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I wish them the best with it. That's fine.
Seriously, we could make a
They
Fall of
uploaded
Kerbin.
like 10. I think they got like they had a lot of people as well. They were in the case of, oh yeah, the KKW. It was very mean that they didn't invite everyone to join. So they literally did invite everyone to join. They had a stupid amount of people in it. Then they got through like maybe 3 turns maximum, and then ended.
Yeah.
It took them like half a year to do 3 turns.
Yeah,
And I was like, now you know.
That's the thing about Fall of Kerbin is it's good because there's just
Just
well, obviously I like doing with more people, but the more people you add to something, the longer it takes. Like Collaboration Station was 1 episode each, and it took like 4 months to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, if we could release Fall of Kerbin every day, we would. That'd be a lot of views and a lot of war very quickly, but it's just not something that's even slightly possible.
Anyway, there we go. Just gotta attach this to that. Oh, that screwed up the rotation. This is a very modular tank.
Yeah, crazy modular.
How's that? That looks about right. But yeah, and combined with the amount of armor it has, I think it should be nigh indestructible.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that this might, sort of be
Win
a
the war.
bit unstoppable. Because, yeah.
I'm happy that I'm surprised and pleasantly surprised by how decent it actually looks as well.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, yeah.
Doesn't look bad, all things considered.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, the
there we
Tiger
go.
was really beautiful, but,
Yeah, I was proud of my T-34 as well, but just
yeah.
not
Oh,
finished.
yeah, I got wrecked.
Yeah, T-34 is not good. You just bomb them all out.
Yeah.
I think that might be enough.
Yeah, you test it.
Might be enough. Let's test that. And if not, maybe attaching struts between things might actually...
Yeah.
It might stop it. Maybe use the ship struts, the really massive, super strong ones.
That'd be...
Yeah, that didn't fix it. Well, it did help it.
Okay.
You see, it's not shaking anywhere near as much, and some parts of it aren't shaking. See which ones are colliding. So it's this one and this one,
Oh, well, I can't see yet.
and that one and that one. Oh yeah, of course you can't see it live,
No.
can you? Maybe if we strut them all together, it'll help it.
Yeah, worth a shot.
I'll try the ship struts, you know, the really crazy strong ones.
Hmm. Oh yeah, it's definitely shaking less.
Ship strut! These are just ridiculously powerful struts.
I think it's might be because they're clicking with the cockpit.
Maybe.
You could just change
I'll
the
try.
part, pull the cockpit out, and just see. Uh,
Everything's attached to the cockpit though, so I don't think that would
oh,
work.
right.
Literally everything.
Ah, yeah, that's a problem. Guess I know
So,
what I've got to shoot.
yeah, well, good luck shooting it.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point, right? It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because that's what. Yeah, and if I shoot it anyway, everyone's dead. So
Yeah.
good logic, tape.
These are really heavy struts, but they're obviously ridiculously powerful, so
Yeah, having more
that
weight than
might be what I need.
good.
Just, if in doubt, struts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring out the derp gun for this tank.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the derp guns, it fires high explosives, so having
Just
lots of
like
layers
it.
of armor.
Yeah.
Oh, I fixed it!
Oh, good. Wow. Well, you know what? Yeah, it's good that it's all
Ship
fixed now.
struts actually fixed it. And there we go.
All right, have a quick test. Might as well.
Oh, yeah! I like it! It's nippy as well, it's a fast little tank.
Ah, jeez.
Okay, cool. Awesome, I fixed it. I probably could have just put struts on it in the first place, actually.
Yeah, you don't tell
Parts.
yourself that because then you're just going to be. Now you got more space in the tank. It was totally
Actually,
worth
the
it.
thing is, I got more space, and also, if the struts get blown up, you
Yeah,
know, that's another thing to think about.
yeah,
Even though ship struts have a maximum temperature of 20,000, but
yeah. I think by that point, the tank's probably gone.
probably. The armor panel has 2,000, yeah, so by that point, the tank's probably dead.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. That's a job well done.
yeah,
Let's get the fuel cells in. Let's get this thing finished. And we need to get the fuel tank in first,
mm.
which will also need to be strutted because there's still not a huge amount of space in this tank.
Yeah. You put some slightly scaled down ones in there, maybe.
You like to go for just one big one, I think.
I just got a comment on one of my videos saying I got muted by a Vino commie scum.
Yeah, I made a Vino my moderator. He's taking his job very seriously.
Yeah. I miss my moderators. Although most of them were just kind of sick with power by the end.
I hope Vino's doing like a good job. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track on who he's been muting.
Yeah, it seems like it every now and again. Some messages have been deleted.
Okay, well, I'll leave them.
It seems like the chat's fairly good anyway, though. So
Yeah, they're pretty well behaved.
yeah, I really don't know what people talk about when they talk about comment. Well, actually, I kind of do, but like really toxic comment comment sections. I cannot talk. But yeah, most of
Well,
mine
no,
are pretty.
there are like I know ours are pretty decent, but there are some communities which really are not good.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, I'll get some ship struts attached to this fuel tank as well.
All right.
So it
Yeah.
won't be going anywhere. There we go. We get the fuel cells in.
Tell my men to aim for the struts.
Yeah, good luck taking them out. They're very big struts.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, to hold ships together.
Yeah, I'll have 2 rows of fuel cells, I think.
Yeah, that should be enough for those amount of wheels.
Yeah. Should be more than enough. Okay. Hopefully those won't collide. I don't think the fuel cells have colliders anyway.
Yeah.
I know they do, but I don't know. Should be fine.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably just really the girders, because they're like
Yeah.
structural.
I guess we'll find out in a sec. Right, start fuel cells to that boundary. There we go. Now all we have to do is put the cannon shells in.
Someone's asking about Dave America. He's in a different prison.
Who's Dave America?
Oh right, yeah, he's he was this prisoner in my first Prison Architect series, and I kind of, got kind of obsessed with him and built him a house and stuff, and gave him some guns.
Give him some guns. That sounds healthy.
Yeah, like a gun rack, and a phone that wasn't tapped, and he was great.
I assume he was well behaved.
No, he murdered 11 guys.
What? Why would you?
Before I gave him the guns as well.
You don't sound like the most capable prison warden, I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, no, that series was a mess. I mean, like, one episode, 18 people died.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just...
And you lead a country.
Yeah, and it's going great-ish, except for, all
Apart
of the
from the
crawl
war.
and tanks and stuff.
Yeah, just don't worry about them. Just edit them out of your postcards.
Yeah, why didn't I just start doing that? Just have really obvious, like, pictures over them. Like, look, we won. Fake explosions.
Try to find more places to fit in cannon shells. This is the real part of tank design. It's just how many cannon shells can you squeeze in to one
without
tank?
just without it just being 100% cannon shells.
It's like Tetris, and Tetris is actually a Russian game, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many cannon shells we got?
I think you should hold 10, right? So.
I think we've got quite a few. That should be alright. That should be enough.
Yeah.
Probably. We've got the cannon shells. I think that's everything. Need to sort out the wheels. That's it. Steering needs to be inverted as usual. Disable steering for all these wheels. And steering inverted on that one. Don't know why the steering always has to be inverted, but it just does. These wheels can actually be moved up a little bit.
Mm. Apparently there's been 30 attempts by Tape's government on a mega goldfish's life.
And they still can't get him to shut up. Did you see that sort of meme that got made, the shut up a mega goldfish?
No, I don't think I did. I do see him trolling people in my comment sections though, and I'm okay with it because it's some solid trolling. Yeah, I mean, if someone's good at something, don't take it away from them.
Oh, I think the game's crashed again.
Ah,
I did just save it though. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I saved a test version of the adder. I just saved the previous one before I changed it. And there we go. Okay. We have a tank. Let's launch it and let's test it. Let's hope it doesn't crash on launch because I think it has.
Mm.
It looks like a grey rubber duck, apparently.
That's what you want, confuse the enemy. They'll be like, what's that? Is that a duck? We're fine. Don't load the gun, it's just a duck. And then,
You get shot. Yeah, I can see the resemblance actually. It does look somewhat like a duck.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the tigers did look genuinely terrifying. Like, there was one point in that attack where I come up behind one, its gun turns, and it's like, oh my god.
It's just because they look so much like tigers, I guess. Yeah, game's crashed.
Yeah, shit. Anyway, I might have to go soon. I gotta call my girlfriend.
I'll get you, Tape.
I know.
Social life.
Yeah. Well, if it's crashed, I probably won't be able to steady it. I would love to see it fight, but I guess I'll watch it fight my own tanks.
Okie dokie.
But
Well,
thanks,
it's been a good stream.
yeah, thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
It's been
I'll
cool.
continue for probably another half an hour or so, do some testing.
Okay, cool. Well, goodbye, everybody, and bye-bye, Penguin.
So long, I'll see you on the battlefield.
Damn right.
Alright. There goes tape, and there crashes KSP. That was quite nice having tape on. I hope you all enjoyed that. We had a good talk. It's quite nice to have someone else on the stream to sort of bounce off of, if you get me. I'm going to try and stabilize my computer. KSP eats RAM, so I apologize if the stream quality is dying or something. I'm going to close down Skype. Try and speed my computer up a little bit. Okay. Right. Everything seems to have settled down somewhat. So that's all good. And we can relaunch KSP. And now we can do some testing now that the tank is actually finished. See how well it does against the boa. See how much damage it can take. This is the fun part. I'm glad we managed to fix it with just struts. Probably could have just put struts on it originally, but as I said, it can't hurt to actually make the armor design actually a bit better, so it's not clipping into itself quite as much. So that's fine. Alright. There we go. Get relaunching KSP. And I should probably read the chat a little more. There we go. Soccer Train. Beardy, I have an idea you can use in a series. Please talk to me. I am talking to you, Soccer Train. Please, just tell me your idea. Bomb up the tank. Top test is toughness. Yep, I will almost certainly be bombing it a couple of times. What is happening? We're winning. We're designing tanks, my friend. We're not fighting anyone. Did you use Task Manager to change priority? I should. Let me do that. OBS should be above normal priority. There we go. Perfecto. Yeah, the game just slows down when you're in the editor. That's just something that happens. It just slows down when you're an editor. With this many mods, when you're actually playing the game itself, it hardly ever crashes. So now we've designed it. We should just be able to test it with free reign. So it should be fine. It should be nice. Any chance of testing against captured enemy tanks? No, that would be cheating. And I obviously don't have tapes craft files. So no, I can't do that. You just have to see how they perform actually in battle. Shoot it with a King class battleship. Show how powerful it is. That's a good idea. Beta Penguin, how many retweets for a whole year of rockets? I have no idea what that means. Yeah, if you mean how popular am I on Twitter, not very, because I don't promote my Twitter thing on my YouTube channel because I barely use Twitter. Can you use AA machine guns on tanks in this series? Yes, you can. Super heavy tanks, you can have a 20mm anti-aircraft gun as its secondary armament. Actually, I want to launch to snow, not the runway, so that's what we're going to do. Right. Tank finished. Let's test this bad boy. PT5 Adder. I do actually see the resemblance to a duck now. That's just the Panther tank in general. That's not necessarily my design. I'm going to bring up the blueprints and see how close we got this. Also, I'm going to charge my phone because it is... There we go. Let's see how close that looks. You know what? I don't think we did a bad job. The turret needs to be a little further back. Just a little. And that, I don't think, is a bad incarnation. Actually, no, the turret was fine where it was, I think. Yeah. I do not think that is a bad incarnation of a Panther. I mean, this should slope down a little bit, this bit here. And obviously, it doesn't have wheels. It has tracks in real life. But no, I think it looks fine. Doesn't look too bad. Not too shabby. And I will launch it to snow and we will do some testing. Let's get some people in the turret as well, because that's always fun. This tank can survive a hit from a TOW missile. It would probably be very good. Well, I guess we'll find out how much damage it can take. Won't we? If it looks like a duck that's made of wood, and therefore a witch! Oh, the wheels aren't blocked there. That's great. So it doesn't actually look too bad. Well, first of all, it's quite nippy. Let's see. Does it have enough? Yep, it has enough fuel cells to keep it moving. It is not a bad little tank, this. Well, I say little. This is a heavy tank. Yeah, by every stretch of the imagination, it's a heavy tank. Hell yeah, let's test some of these weapons. 50 cal turret. Boom. It's really inaccurate, but it's pretty cool. And this, star of the show, Panther turret. 75mm high velocity and armor piercing rounds. Boom. Check it out. I like this tank. This looks pretty as well. And that's what I'm really happy about, because it looks good. In my opinion. And hopefully it should be pretty tough. We're going to find out how tough it is by spawning in a boa. So remember, a boa... actually, I'm going to show how tough a boa is first, before we show how tough this is. So we'll use the gun on the adder to show my point. So we can use this as like a control area. So this has got flat armor, so you're never going to get anything bouncing off it, which means you just slam shot after shot into it. So obviously the first shot isn't going to be too successful. I want to close for some movement. Isn't going to be too successful against the boa, right? But the second shot, as you see, you blow up the armor panel behind it, and all of the armor, look, all of that armor has come off. And then one final shot. I say one final shot. Should be one final shot. Into the boa. No, it's still taking hits. But you see, it's just fallen apart. The rest of the armor panel is coming off. One more into the command module. I'm accidentally clicking on the crew hatch that's bringing up the menu, but there we go. Boa destroyed. Okay. So, as a boa, now we're going to test this up against itself. So we'll get ourselves another PT5 adder out here, and we'll see how many shots this thing can take. I didn't actually count how many shots that took, but it was about 2 shots to take off the frontal armor, another shot to get through, and then it was basically just one more shot. We'll call it 5 shots. I know it was more than that, but we'll call it about 5 shots to get through the frontal armor and take out the tank. This time, we're going up against itself. So, there we are. There we go. Actually, how much ammo does this thing have? That could be a limiting factor. How much ammo does it have? Oh, it has 160 shells. Okay, so that's fine. It's got more than enough ammunition. And the insides are stable. Yeah, if anything's like slightly shaking, you know it's unstable. And it's actually more susceptible to bombs. It's like if it, gets damaged. But no, we're fine. Are the brakes on? Yep. No, it's sunk into the ground for some reason. Anyway, here we go. Shot number 1. Has gone straight through it. Oh, it must have taken out the girder behind it. Yeah, so we took out the girder, so the armor panels all came off. The armor is still there, but it looks like the shot literally went straight through the armor. That'll be a high velocity gun for you. So it's gone straight through the frontal armor. At this range, it's gone straight through the frontal armor and destroyed the girder inside. But you see, yeah, this is just a high velocity gun showing off its magic. If we use a 75mm, I'm sure, no, not 75, a low velocity 75mm or 76mm, it wouldn't have this effect. But this is just how amazing this gun is. But yeah, you see we've blown a hole straight into it. But even though the frontal armor has come off, the rest of the tank is absolutely fine. Yeah? Whereas on the boa, you take out the front and the whole rest of the tank gets exploded. Now I think that was actually less shots than the boa. But I think that's just a bad example. Because this is a great gun. You see, now you've taken out, once you take out the, oh, we haven't taken out the command module. So why has it exploded? I don't know. There we go, now it's gone. Once you take out the command module, it just disintegrates. Oh, soccer train, sorry, I wasn't focusing. Great British Empire stretches 2 million. Please read this. Beardy, listen to me, please. He won't read the chat. Chat, help me. I have answered you. Read the chat. Very complicated history. I have pictures for reference. What are you on about? I have no idea what you're on about, Soccer Train. No idea. Anyway, let's get a T-34 out here, and we'll see how that does against it. Where is it? What do I call it? PT-34, yeah? PT-34 Cobra. There we go. Yeah, that was a bad example. I think it did. I thought the frontal armor would hold up a little better than that. Maybe we need to space out the armor a little more. But it's just because, as I said, it's a high velocity gun. It just went straight through the frontal armor. Took out the girders behind it. There's not much you can do about that. But let's see how this performs against the medium tank, shall we? There we are. There we go. It's not your lucky day, medium tank. Let's see if we can take it out in one shot. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Okay, let's try this. One more shot. I bet we can do it in one more shot. Come on. Yeah! One more shot. There we go. You see the problems with that armor design. Once you've taken off one key piece of armor, the whole thing explodes. Get away from me. Whoa! Hello, that was explosive. Yeah, there's a problem with that tank. Looks nice, but not particularly good. Let's move back a little bit. Okay. This is what the 50 cal turret is for. Just clear crap up. Little wheel driving by. Be free, wheel. Be free. Okay. What do we want to test now? Oh yeah, we wanted to test a T-34's gun against this. So let's do that now. T-34 Cobra. Boom. Let's get the gun up against it. Cool. Okay, so we're going to try a low velocity gun against it. This is a super close range though, so it'll be the best test actually. Let's do a test from like here. That's still pretty close range for a tank, but just trust me on this. Let's see how effective that sloping is. I think against the T-34-76 turret, it might not actually be able to get through it unless it's at absolute point blank range. Let's try. If we can get it to line up. Oh, we missed. Okay. There we go. That's definitely lined up properly. And go for it. Oh no, that did hit home. How much damage did that do? Let's have a look. Ah. Entire frontal section has come off. Why does that happen? The girder is still here. So if the girder's still here, why does it... It's just the force of the explosion that blows them off. Maybe. I don't know, like, You'd think, like, the girder is still here. I thought it was... Oh no, the girder has been destroyed. Nope, girder is very gone. Yeah, it's this girder up here that controls the frontal armor. So yeah, the rounds are going straight through and hitting the girder there. Which is what's taking off all the frontal armor in one go. That's the problemo. So that is a problem. We need to fix that. We very much need to fix that. That recoil of the gun sent it flying backwards. Okay, so there we go. Found a design flaw, which is the fact that the girder is too close to it, which means you can do that. Okay, so the modular armor is kind of pointless when you can blow up the thing that all the modular armor is actually connected to. Okay, well, that was certainly worth finding out now, wasn't it? Alright, so how are we gonna sort that out? We're also I'm gonna test how bomb proof these things are as well. Let's test that. Let's get another one up here. Ladder. Put it over there. Yeah, so so that's the problem. Is that the rounds are going through the frontal armor, hitting the girder, and then blowing it off. Whereas if the girder wasn't so close, I think it would just blow off a panel of armor, and we'd be all right. The frontal armor would stay intact. But as it stands, still, at least it looks nice. We probably do need to move these wheels down a little bit. Some of them are getting blocked when we just vessel mover it in. So I want to sort that out. Let's get a vulture up here. Up in this business. We'll see how much damage a vulture can do. This is my old vulture design. I'm updating them quite a bit, so this isn't the new design that looks better. This is an old bomb. We just need something that can drop a bomb, so it doesn't matter what it looks like. Yeah, this is the one that still looks a bit like a B5N Kate more than anything. We do not have much clear runway here. There we go. We'll try it like that. There we go. Let's get a vulture up in here. Alright, up you go, vulture. Oh wow, this really is the old version of the vulture. Yeah, that's not a design flaw, that's fine. Yeah, this is, as I said, a very old version of the vulture. It's, as you can see, it's extremely capable. Really, I think you should have railways so you can use railway siege guns. I have no idea how we do that in KSP. But, okay. Have you considered using things like airships or blimps? Yes, we considered using them, but the Heisenberg mod is for 1.2 and we are in 1.1.2. And World War I era had already ended by the time we got near then, so... Come on! Blew up the engine. Well, that's a truly flawless use of the vulture. Oh, that aircraft used to be so bad. Okay. Okay, let's fix one thing at a time, shall we? Okay, it's World War II already, so making airships now is a bit pointless. Alright. So, the problem is, this girder here, which all these armor panels are connected to, is getting blown up. Which is nicht gut. Should we shrink this girder? What is attached to this girder? It's literally just these panels, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to shrink that girder. Make it a smaller target. Where did that move to? Move to here. There we go. Now that should hopefully solve some of our problems. If you're just shrinking it, just making it a smaller target, you know. Hopefully that'll. I do want to move it down a bit. I want it to be protected by that fuel tank. Can we move these up? Yeah. There we go. This is, yeah, that should solve that design flaw, actually. Simple solution. There's a weak point, make the weak point smaller. As I said, there isn't a huge amount actually attached to that girder, so yeah, we can just move all this stuff back into position quite simply. There we go. Quite a neat little fix, actually. I think that should hopefully make this a bit more formidable. I need to just obviously fix the rest of these armor panels. If it'll let me. Click on them. There we go. Oh, these are attached to this armor panel? Oh, okay. Well, okay, we'll sort that out in a minute then. This should probably be the bottom one then. This should be the middle one. There we go. Okay, we don't want these too close together either. Remember, because they're too close together, then one gets blown off, the other one gets blown off as well. So have them spaced a little bit. And then have this go like that. And is that still covering the fuel tank? Yes, it is. Rather well, actually. And then we've got the girder here, which is well hidden inside here. Could be better hidden, actually. There we go. Let's move everything down a little bit. Move these all up again. Okay. There we go. That should hopefully fix that. Because that was obviously quite a big design flaw, how, you know, the frontal armor wasn't working properly. Is that still covering that? And yeah, it is. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, the chat is lagging. Not much I can do about that. It's just my internet. My internet isn't great, but, you know, at least it's good enough for me to stream somewhat. So let's just be thankful for that. That I can actually stream at all. And okay, should we try that? I think that will work. New frontal armor design. So what we've done is the girder it's attached to is now much smaller and it's hidden inside a fuel tank. So yeah, it's much more difficult to take that out. It probably should do the same to this bottom one, but it's the upper glacis that's much bigger target, more important. So let's get that done. At last, a Panther. Yes, we are making a Panther. Right. Okay. There we go. Now let's try it against itself. See how many hits it take now. It should be able to take a lot more. And I've said that it probably won't, but, you know, what are you going to do? Let's see how much damage this thing can take. Should, hopefully, take quite a few hits. I need to make sure that the girders are all... I probably need to go through and change all the girders, to be honest. Shrink all of them down a bit so they're less obvious. Because at the moment you can blast right through the armor panels and take out a whole chunk. Okay. So this is going to be our target. This is a dummy target for today. And weapons. Fire. Hell yeah. Did that work? Oh, come on. How did we hit that thing again? How did we do that? How do we keep firing straight through into the bloody girder? Every time it gets hit, yeah, the girder comes off and the whole frontal panel comes off. Is it just because it's a really powerful gun or what? Like, that's annoying. Let's try the lower glacis. Thought it would have fixed it, but it hasn't. It hasn't. Yeah, the whole frontal panel, all of them, just come straight off. Maybe we should only have like. Maybe they should all be attached to different things, perhaps. I still can't take as much hits as a centaur. As many hits as a centaur, can it? It's better than the boa. It's certainly much better than the boa, but easy. You can blast off chunks of ammo, and not all of it comes off, but. Yeah, still not great, is it? Decapitate the turret. What a dilemma. So I don't know. Maybe it's just actually the gun itself, just passing through those parts, which is detaching them from the tank. I'm using armor piercing ammunition. How does this thing fare against a 20mm? That's what I want to know, actually. How does it fare against a 20mm anti-tank gun? Because if it's like in basic, like hopefully the sloping should save it from a 20mm. But if it can't hold up against a 20mm, then we do need to seriously redesign the front of this tank. So we'll see how an SM2 Mamba does against it. Check the post-mission log. That is a good idea. Yeah, overheating. So yeah, it's the round itself is hitting the yeah, so it's blowing up. The panel is getting through the frontal panel and destroying the girder segment that's supporting it. I think it's because it's overheating. What it's doing is because it's attached directly to the panel, to the girder segment. It's yeah, because it's attached directly to the girder segment, it's overheating itself, and then that's in turn overheating the girder. So maybe we should just attach the armor to the armor on the front. That might not be a bad idea. Because it's overheating. Because overheating spreads throughout the ship. So it's hitting the panel, and that's overheating, and then in turn overheating the girder itself. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, they're enabled. Okay. Let's see how the Panther 2 does against it. Yeah. That's what's happening. It's overheating the first panel, and that's in turn overheating the girder it's all attached to. So I think if we attach the armor, I shouldn't. I said I wouldn't do this, but I think actually adding radiators is cheating. No, we're not doing that. No, attaching the armor onto itself actually might not be a bad idea here. And that's what I'm going to do. I know I said I wouldn't do that. I said it was blasphemy, but I think it is actually the best bet. So that's what we're going to do. Simple as. I'm just going to test this. You know, if it doesn't work, we'll go back to the original armor design, but I think it is actually, that is the problem. Because Tape's one isn't 100% modular. And Tape's, the Centaurs are very, very deadly. So yeah, maybe that's it, you know? Maybe modular isn't necessarily the entire way to go. Maybe it's a good idea to have a little bit of a Bit of diversity in there, you know, have some modular, but some not modular. So that's what we're going to try. Let's try that, see how it goes. Really build a Tiger 2? No. Don't have the turret. And that would be safe for late World War II anyway, even if I could. I need more chocolate. It was just Easter, so what can I say? Right, here we go. Let's try this. So now the armor's layered onto each other, so it shouldn't immediately destroy the girder when it gets attacked, when it gets shot. I think the modular design is great, attaching each thing individually, but then I think the outer armor should be attached to the inner armor. Attaching each panel individually isn't a good idea, I don't think. So we've learned quite a bit about armor design today. Where did all the armor go? Where did it all go? We had 3 panels. Where did it all go? The girder's still there. It literally just blew off the armor. Look, the little girder's still there. The girder's fine. It literally just punched through all 3 layers of armor. That's just how powerful this gun is, I think. Yeah, that's just the power of the gun, actually. So, actually, I think it works better. If we try the... let's get the Mamba up here. Up in this business. I mean, yeah, this is a very high velocity gun. At this kind of range, if it wasn't getting through the armor, I would be surprised. Oh, I need to turn off remote firing. There we go. All right, let's try against the front of this. There we go. Look, you have to blow off each armor panel individually. You go through them one by one. Right, so this is a better armor design. Yeah. Obviously, it's not indestructible. Like, it shouldn't be, but yeah. There we go. So you blow off one panel, and the next panel, and then the next panel. So it does work. Okay, so we need to go back and we need to attach the outer panels to the inner panels of the armor, and then that is our armor design finished. And then we'll see how bomb-proof it is. I'm just gonna remove all these. There are 3 layers of armor here, right? Yeah. Just checking. All that time spent individually attaching armor panels. We could have just done this the whole time. Oh well. You live and you learn, you know. We live and learn. If I can get this to behave. Oh. No, that didn't work. Yeah. So we learned a lot about armor design, as I said. So it should help when designing tanks in future. If we design more tanks in future, this has taken a long time. But we learned a lot about it. So yeah, I think it's time well spent. Certainly worth learning these lessons now. I say learning these lessons now, like we're almost at the end of the World War II era, and I'm only just learning how to design tanks. But hey, designing tanks in KSP is pretty tough. Obviously, it's not a normal damage model. It's a very very unusual damage model. Because obviously it's not to have a damage model because it is a space exploration game, which Tape and I turn into horrific warfare for giggles and YouTube views. We're good people, I promise. Okay. And no, you can't post links in chat, and don't try either. I don't like people posting links in my chat. There we go. Back panels. Do we need to do back panels? Oh, we might as well. Tape is as I said, he's a sneaky bugger. He likes to flank, so we're just gonna be cautious and do the back panels too. Okay, and that, everybody, is a tank. Finished. And there we go. Boom. Let's have a battle, shall we? Let's have a battle. We needed a battle. After all that designing, we finally have a tank that works. Boom. Check it. I think that is a half decent tank. Oh! So I was pointing out that the 50 cal's gone. Yeah. I want my 50 cal back. But yeah, I mean, this, as I said, we've been doing armor demonstrations at really close range. Is the 50 cal completely gone? Yeah, I think it is. We'll get a new 50 cal. But yeah, we've been demonstrating these things at super close range, and Tape isn't going to get this close. This is a really long range, really accurate, very powerful gun. He isn't going to get that close, and at long range, obviously things lose penetration over distance, and rounds will bounce off of this sloped front at long range. It's just because we're using really powerful weaponry on it at super close range, which is why obviously it's not at its best. But trust me, we are going to have a long range engagement now, and I'm going to show you just how powerful this thing can be. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's going to be very, very powerful. Just have to give it a chance. And there we go. Done. Let's have a battle. Beardy, why are there no artillery guns in Fall of Kerbin? It just doesn't really work with the kind of warfare we have. We don't really need artillery. We don't use artillery. We don't have infantry, so yeah, we don't really need it or use it really. If you get me. If you watch enough Fall of Kerbin, you'll realise why. And there we go. Check it out. Nice little tank. I mean, this is a heavy tank, so I shouldn't say little really. But anyway, let's actually, these wheels are too... I know it's fine. You can solve that by quick save and quick loading. Let's have a battle, shall we? I like a good battle. And then we're going to call it a day because it is getting very late. So this is going to be quite a short battle. Yeah, this is going to be a short battle. We'll have 2 of these versus 2 boas. We'll see who wins. If the boas win, I'm going to be quite annoyed. What kind of World War II turrets do you have? We have the Panther turret, Tiger turret, KV-1, T-34, and the Panther 2. That is it. Don't have many. We probably need to adjust these wheels up again because, yeah, when you land it, they get stuck. So we quick save and quick load though. It not finished top armor. What's wrong with the top armor? Top armor looks fine to me. We've got 2 layers of it. Nothing wrong with top armor. What are you on about? Bomb it. Yeah, we'll do. Well, it'll get bombed in Fall of Kerbin. As I say, I tried to take off with my Vulture, but that's a really old design. I can't even bother to replace it with the current design. We'll have a little battle, and then we will call it a day. As I said, get some boas up, and we'll have a 1 kilometer long duel. There we go, and let's get this a kilometer away. Maybe a little more than a kilometer. Yeah, that looks good. Well, 1.5 kilometers. 2v2. Old versus new. As I say, if the boas win, I'm going to be quite annoyed. Tate was expressing like he thought this was going to be like an unstoppable tank, but I don't think it's going to be quite that powerful. I kind of overhyped it with its modular armor design. The Centaur is an amazing tank, and this almost certainly will be able to the Centaur, but it's not unstoppable. At least at long range. It's a close range where it's still quite weak. So yeah. It takes a few salvos of from a Mamba to actually get through its armor plating, so you know there is hope yet. Tell me which one you think looks better. Do you think the Adder looks better or the Boa looks better? You guys tell me. The Boa is obviously very angular, very boxy, not very imaginative, sort of very inefficient armor design. This has got quite an efficient, quite a sleek armor design. Tell me what you guys think. Which one looks better? And yeah. Quick save. And here we go. Let us have a battle. So this one is the leader. This one is the follower. It will follow it. We'll get moving. And then change team. Here we go, everybody. Battle! Dun, 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 dun. So we've got to crest this hill here before the battle like properly happens. But Adder looks better, someone's saying. Prediction, Boa wins. I hope not. If the Boa wins, I'm going to be very annoyed. I was talking like at length about long range battles, and we're closing to really quite close range. Yeah, everyone's saying Adder. Okay, that's good. That's nice. I'm glad, because this is the one I just designed, so if you guys said the other one looked better, I would be quite upset. Here we go. Get some cooling fans and exhaust pipes on the back. Doesn't need them. Just an extra parts for no real purpose. I don't think needs to. Boa looks better, but he loves his Tiger H1s. For your newest design, Boa is the perfect Tiger. Okay, so we are divided over Adder and Boa. Tape's cheating watch. Tape was on the stream earlier, so Tape knows a lot about my tank design. That one's okay. I'm gonna bring that one up before we crest the hill because that's not quite right. This one should be just running around in circles while this one is actually fighting the enemy. So we'll bring this one up. Okie dokie. There we are. Bring that up to there. Okay. So, leader, follower. Let's get the chat up. I want to be able to see the chat. There we go. Okay. And let's go. Here we go, everybody. As I said, I do hope that the boa doesn't win. Otherwise, this is going to be a wasted 3.5 hours of my life designing this damn tank. The boas got to... Oh, the boas have got to be at the top of this hill. Oh. Just bring the boas up. I'll bring them over the hill. Screw it. We'll have both sides moving. It'll be more interesting that way anyway. We'll separate them out as well. Have one boa go up this way, one boa go the other way. Up go the other way, go up the other way. I can English, I promise. And here we go. And up over the hill you go, my friends. And why are you facing this direction? Oh, hello. Shots coming in. Why do they go this way? Oh, no, don't open up with that. We want to test the turret. No, don't open up with the 50 cal. Open up with the main turret. Oh, hello. We just get hit by an 88. But we hit them with a 76, so I guess we're even on hits right now, and they're both still intact. And that just missed their shot by a country mile. He took another hit. Ooh. What'd that hit do? Took off a chunk of side armor. That's alright. Okay, hit the boa again. Okay, these are taking quite a few hits. But their frontal armor isn't pointing towards them. And they're missing their shots all the time. How damaged is the damaged boa? Not very damaged. I don't know. It's pointing the wrong way. They're both just sort of... Yeah, it's the wheel placement, really, that's screwing them. Don't shoot your ally. That'd be awkward. Oh, that tiger's sort of run off. Where are you going? Boa seems to be coming out on top right now. Yeah, boas are taking hits, but they're not dying. Alright, now, Ada's still intact, though. Still remarkably intact, actually. Come on. Come on. Come on, Adas. No! Please actually hit the shots that you fire. Oh, there goes the Ada. Oh, dear. This hasn't gone well, has it? For the Ada. And it keeps missing all its shots. Oh, this is upside down, though. So that's... Well, the modular armor is certainly better, but I think it's the gun that the boa has might be better at close ranges. Yeah. Well, that didn't go very well, did it? No, the boas are like completely untouched. Yeah, rub it in, why don't you? So they're supposed to have a much better modular armor design. And it turns out that our old heavy tanks are better anyway. Well, that was time well spent, wasn't that? And these can still move as well. Maybe we'll use a combination of both? Like... I don't know. I can add her with the tiger turret, but then it's not a Panther then, is it? Well then, that was that. I think that might have just been a one-off sort of thing. I think at a long-range engagement, the Adder is better, and with its sloped frontal armor, it's certainly more effective against low-velocity weaponry. But I don't know. Close range seems that the boa is the king. Adder's more maneuverable. It's got more efficient armor. It's got a better long-range gun, but it's just like the 88. Obviously, it's a bigger caliber, so it does more damage. So, I don't know. I think we'll use a combination of both of them like they did in real life, because honestly, I don't know which one is actually better. We spent 3.5 hours designing it. And, yeah, this is what we get. Somebody was saying maybe redesign the frontal armor, and that might be a good idea. Build it out of multiple smaller plates instead of larger plates like this. I mean, if you look at the front of the boa, it's a lot of plates. It's 5 plates across. Compose the frontal armor. As you see, this took a couple of hits, but it didn't get through the armor plating. On the Adder, for some reason, when they get hit, probably because they got hit by 88s, that's the main thing, they're getting hit by 88 mils, it's getting through. But I think that the boa is more susceptible to a mamba, like 20 mils. So again, I think they just have different strengths and different... I think, yeah, as Avino's suggesting, deploy Adders and boas in pairs. Because the boa has an inefficient armor design, but it works. It still works. So, no idea. I'm just going to test the frontal armor of the Adder one more time, because now I'm kind of sad. I mean, one thing's for sure, we certainly designed a good tank. It is a good tank. That's for sure. It's powerful. And it can take a beating. But, I don't know, just in a 2-on-2 engagement, it just didn't do very well. Let's try it against the T-34 76mm. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have much trouble getting through the frontal armor of it. Yeah, it did quite a bit of damage. Well, the frontal armor isn't actually completely gone, as you see. It did damage, but it didn't get through the frontal armor. Whereas if the Adder fires at the T-34... One thing's for sure, like, our medium tanks are not good. Like, look at this. Fire at T-34, it goes through every single layer of armor. However, the front of the T-34 is composed of 4 different layers, as you can see. You know, this has come off now. So maybe we should do that with the Adder. We should have four smaller, well, number of smaller panels. I think that would be a good idea to upgrade it. So I think that's what I'll do. Have a number of smaller panels on the front of, in the frontal armor. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do. But anyway, we've designed a pretty tank anyway, and it is a good tank. It's just the frontal armor is a little dodgy. We need wheels down a little bit so they don't get stuck quite as often. And yeah, we'll do that. But it is getting quite late, and I'm quite tired, and I have revision, etc. to work on. So thank you for watching this live stream, everybody. I do hope you enjoyed it, even though we didn't quite get the result I think we wanted. But well, I don't know why that fired that shot quite so high in the air. Where's our other boa? Here's our other boa. Let's fire a final passing shot into the Adder at point blank range. Is it still alive? Oh, it is still alive. Huh, didn't even take that much damage. I'll say what you want about the Adder. It can certainly take a hit. I think a deciding factor in that battle was also that our Adders, they kept missing their shots. Probably because we were driving them. so the cobras could, not the cobras, the boas could line up their shots better. You see, I just put one shot into that boa, and the entire frontal plate of it came off. And I think, yep, all of this arm has also come off as well. Look, all of this has come off. Still falling out. So I think it might have actually just been a fluke that the boas won that battle. Might have just been a complete fluke. I don't know. I have no idea. At least we took a step in the right direction with the modular armor approach, and it certainly does work in a way. So yeah, we'll make some smaller things, and it is a nice tank, and we'll make a slightly better frontal armor design on the upper glacis, but still not a bad tank. Let's just finish off this boa. There we go. I also want to finish off that cobra. It's looking at me funny. Oh, it's still here. Probably because it's just packed full of cannon shells, which act as its act as its armor when its frontal armor does get blown off. Yeah. Okay, well there we go. Thank you for watching, everyone. Do hope you enjoyed. This is the end of the live stream. Again, tell me if you enjoyed it. We made a nice looking tank, even if it wasn't quite what I expected. Wasn't quite as indestructible as we'd hoped. But still, not a bad tank anyway. Can we finish off this cobra before this explodes? Yes, we can. Yeah. Yeah, this is imploding now. Well, there we go. Bye everybody. Good night. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Fall of Kerbin will be up tomorrow. And it's a good turn, trust me. It's pretty entertaining. We did some pretty awesome stuff. So see you all. Bye bye.